The wait is over. El Host is finally here. Welcome to another episode of the panel brought to you by Players Choice. I got my man Low with me. I got Chill Town Hoops. I got the man from Marz, and I got TicketTV in the house. Ticket, right from the top. I'm coming to you with the question. I need to know your top 5 teams heading into this season right now. TicketTV power ranking.
The Bucks, number 1. Number 2, the Warriors. Number 3, number 3 is going to be the Miami Heat. Number 4 is going to be the Philadelphia 76ers. And number 5 is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
No way.
I don't know how they snuck their way in there.
Tonight when they go in there and put something on the Warriors tonight.
They gonna ruin their ring ceremony?
Oh, they going to put something on tonight. Watch.
They're gonna be like, we should have just let Draymond sit out.
Oh no, D-Ham don't play. D-Ham don't play. Yeah, D-Ham don't play. He on the helmet tonight. Watch what they come with tonight. They're gonna come with a full force tonight.
Okay, bet. Chill Town Hoops, man. Talk to us. What is your top 5 teams heading into this year?
I think the road to the NBA championship goes through Golden State, but I think that it's Milwaukee, Golden State, Denver, Miami, Boston.
In that order?
In that order.
Okay. Low, talk to us.
I'm gonna have a few different teams because I'm not really. First of all, I do have Milwaukee number 1 though. I got Milwaukee 1. I got Golden State 2. For 3, personally, and maybe I'm just really high on the team, but I have I have the Nuggets 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
I have Philly 4th, and I have the Clippers 5th.
Yeah,
those are my teams.
I forgot about
I mean, if you want to go,
that's
back,
what you said. No.
I forgot. Right, hold on. I'm gonna change the Heat for the Clippers because I think the Clippers got a good enough team to win the chip.
Hey, Ticket, don't start that, okay? Do not start that. They got a good enough team to win the championship, Ticket. And let me tell you why. Don't. Here we go. And the reason why
I'm serious. Hey, top to bottom, they got a good team. And where's Fluent at? He seen Norman Powell go off for 34 the other night. I told him, man, them dudes got dudes on the bench that can start on any team, but y'all want to listen.
No, we all know in terms of we don't have a problem with their talent. That's not the issue here. The issue is what you keep telling us about Kawhi day-to-day Leonard. That's what you keep telling us about him.
No,
so one minute.
But see, you guys ignore one part of what I say, dog. The one part I say is that I feel like this year they filled in boxes to where they're good enough where if they don't have Kawhi for big periods of time, they can still win big games. That's how deep they are. Last year, I think they fell short of that. But this year, I think they filled in the boxes to where now, if you are missing a Paul George, if you are missing a Kawhi Leonard for a little period of time, they still got enough to win games. If they don't win games, to me, I blame it on Ty Lue.
So,
how many teams y'all know? Hey, Lo, let me ask y'all a question. How many teams y'all know Marz in the NBA they got 5 dudes on the bench that come off the bench that can start on any team right now?
I don't think they have that, but I see.
I don't either.
They got deep teams.
Let me ask you a question. Can John Wall start on any team?
No, because he can't start on the Clippers.
No,
he can't.
Every team, but can John Wall start in the NBA?
No, we don't know that. The reason why we don't know that.
The last time
no, Ticket, you're not getting this off. No, the reason why we're not getting the reason why we
y'all walk a start.
Well, first of all, we don't even
on the Houston Rockets.
No,
yes.
He can start on teams that ain't trying to win games.
Yeah,
and take it a step further than that. We don't even know. We haven't seen John Wall in 2 years. We don't even know if he can play. Ticket. Can he even play?
All I'm asking you is one question. Lo, the last time we seen John Wall, what did he average before he got hurt?
like 20-7, I believe.
Okay, time out. That's not good enough to start on the team in the NBA.
Yeah, but he was doing it on the Houston Rockets though. Like he's
and not only that, Ticket. That was
the Houston Buck dancers. The man can start on a team in the NBA.
Ticket. How can you say that? Go ahead,
Y'all acting like the last time we seen John Wall, he's averaging 20 points per game, right?
Correct.
Okay, some of the least efficient 20 points I've ever seen in my life. Not only that, Ticket. You leaving out the fact that was 3 years ago. It wasn't like that was just last year. That was 3 years ago, and he hasn't played in 2 years. So we don't even know if he can still play.
Can Norman Powell start in the NBA?
I think he can start.
I think Norman Powell
can start in the NBA.
Who?
Yeah.
Robert Covington.
Yes.
Robert Covington is the starter.
Okay. Can Zubac start in the NBA?
I think he started on his team.
He starts for the Clippers.
Okay, so time out. So if Zubac doesn't start, then Nick Batum's gonna come off the bench in his place, right?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Okay, can Nick Batum start in the league?
I like Nick Batum.
Okay.
For half the teams, I believe he can.
Okay, well that's
the Clippers have great depth.
I know, but nobody's not arguing. I just said
we all agree.
You saying 5 more players. I disagree, but yeah, they have the depth.
I'm saying
they
got
got depth.
starting
Sure.
5.
Right.
The 5 that come off the bench in them places, the first 5 can start in the NBA.
We just they have depth. I don't know if they got 5 starting players.
What I'm saying is a fact though. You guys are making it seem like I'm saying a lie. The Clippers got 5 dudes. Their top 5 dudes off the bench can start in the NBA right now. You can't say that about most other teams in the league.
Well,
that's facts.
I mean, I guess.
Come on. That's facts. Y'all acting like I'm making this up.
I guess.
Nick Batum can start on other teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Norman Powell can start on other teams in the league. So can Robert Covington. So can John Wall. Not on every team, but they can start on some team. Not every team.
So Ticket. The logic is that these guys are starters, and the fact that the fact that the Clippers updated their roster makes them even better now because now they got guys who could start on other teams, and they would be contributors on those other teams. And the fact that they're going to be contributors with the Clippers.
No, that's not my point. My point is that Kawhi. You use Kawhi saying his health. I'm saying the fact that they have dudes that have the capability of playing starters minutes and starting, that can help them not have to put so much stress on Kawhi during the season. You're going to see Kawhi miss like 25 games this year. Right. And it's not really going to hurt them because they have a good enough depth on that team to get through to where they need to get through. If they can get all the way through the playoffs with Kawhi playing 25 less games, they got a better chance in the playoffs with Kawhi Leonard.
Now, with that being said, Ticket, we're not replacing just a rotation guy. We're replacing a star in Kawhi Leonard. So the fact that we're replacing a star in Kawhi Leonard, do those guys that are coming off, can those guys who are coming off the bench produce what Kawhi himself is producing?
Is Norman Powell a good perimeter defender?
I think he's solid.
Okay, hold on. Has Norman Powell showed you he can average 20 a game?
No.
Yeah,
has he?
In Toronto, he did.
Was it Toronto or Portland?
Tell them lies, man.
Well, I just want to make sure. Now you say he can average 20. Wait a minute, though, Ticket. We talking about a dude that's averaging
last year. He basically did it.
Okay, so consistently, Norman Powell can average 20 a game. So he's a scorer. I do dig Norman Powell. Let's make sure we play on that. Okay.
And he got championship experience.
I think this is cool for the regular season, but Kawhi's health is the issue in the playoffs. Yeah. The regular season is where the problems come in. Like they can survive in the regular season and be a high seed, but
that's what I'm saying.
Them resting Kawhi doesn't automatically mean he won't get hurt. He got hurt in the Utah series by running into Joe Ingles. It just happens. So you saying they're going to rest him doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is, Marz, is if they can limit Kawhi's games, which is what they're going to do. I don't like it, but that's what they have to do. And they can get him to the playoffs to where he can play in the playoffs without having more stress in the regular season. That bodes better for them. And the team that they have right now is better equipped to deal with that, to get wins without him playing so much during the regular season. The Clippers are a good enough team all the way across the board that they can win 50 to 55 games without Kawhi. That's facts. That's all I'm saying. And if you think that's a lie, you cap.
55 pushing it, but 50, I agree. 50,
no,
I
think
the Clippers.
I'm saying 55 because of the game Kawhi gonna play. You're gonna think, okay, they're gonna win most of those games.
Yeah.
With Kawhi
I think the Clippers. I think the Clippers are top 4 seed in the West. No doubt about that. I do.
Oh, wait. So Marz, you took them out for Miami, which I agree. Hold on, so Marz, were you got the Clippers in your top 5?
Maybe,
What is your top 5? How about that?
By the way,
I have Golden State, Philly, Denver, Milwaukee, and then that 5th spot is between Boston and the Clippers. I'd go with Boston.
Is that in order?
Yes,
that order?
Yes, in order.
So you got
say it again. Say it again.
Golden State, Philly, Denver, Milwaukee, and then Boston or the Clippers.
Putting Philly over Milwaukee is crazy.
The reason why I have
That's nuts.
The reason why I have very little faith in the Milwaukee Bucks.
You have very little
faith? Is solely because I don't think Coach Bud is a good coach. I think the fact that he monetized. Yes, I agree as Doc Rivers. I believe Joel Embiid and James Harden, they're fit together, and the way Doc Rivers can use those guys is more suitable to winning in the playoffs than the way Coach Bud, to me, uses Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. Yes, they won.
No, but that's
that
your
more.
in them.
I gotta see that.
The reason why I have no
Chris
faith
Paul
in
and Blake
Coach
Griffin, and couldn't do it. I don't know.
They did get hurt.
Yeah, but when they were
healthy, Coach Bud to me just isn't good enough, and that's why I have them 4th. They're still in the top 5 because their team is so good, but Coach Bud is such a bad coach to me that I think they're gonna get undone.
So how does he use Giannis, Middleton, and Drew Holiday in a way that you don't like, Marz? What's the problem?
Okay. The issue with the way they use Giannis on offense, he needs to be off the ball. I don't like that he's isolating on the wing this much. They're not using him as a roll man at all. Very rarely. When they do, they get good looks. Drew Holiday handling the ball in the pick and roll. But Coach Bud, he's always had this idea when he has superstars that he just gives them the ball and prays for them to figure something out. When he was coaching Atlanta, the team moved the ball. They played good team basketball. They didn't have enough talent to get over the hump. But he gets a superstar like Giannis, and then he just says, Giannis, isolate on the wing. And that's not Giannis's game. He's not being used to the best of his ability. And I think in the playoffs, that's easier to game. He's not being used to the best of his ability.
What type of exhaust fumes are you on, dog?
I was.
Bro, the man
I wasn't. Giannis is still the best player in the world. Yeah.
Hold on, keep going.
I know what he averaged.
The man averaged more points, more rebounds, more assists, and more blocks than KD for the last 5 years. What are you talking about, Dan?
You said KD's name.
In less minutes.
Who said Kevin Durant's name?
And averaged more points, more rebounds, more assists, more blocks, and more steals than KD. Look it up.
Okay.
That's cool. Who said Kevin Durant's name? Because it wasn't me. None of us even said the Brooklyn Nets. So why did you bring him up?
Okay, hold on. He averaged better than all them other dudes you said then.
That's cool because he's the best player in the world. I agree. What's your point?
So what are you saying he's not used
because he could be used better. Just because you're the best, it don't mean you can be better.
How are you supposed to be used better?
I was explaining it and you cut me off. Okay. Coach Bud is using him on the ball way too much. He's not an isolation scorer. He shouldn't be isolating on the perimeter. They should be using him off the ball in pick and rolls in the dunker spot, letting guys like Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, who are more capable on the perimeter, to let them create shots for Giannis, and he'll be way more efficient. I think his gravity off the ball is better than his gravity on the ball. In transition, that's where you give the ball to Giannis, let him push down in transition, draw the defense, collapse, or either score or find teammates. That's cool. In the half court, Giannis needs to be off the ball a lot more. You need to trust your guys like Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton to handle the ball, which is their job, instead of just making them, here you go, Giannis, it's your turn. We'll have a go maybe every once in a while. We'll never run any pick and roll. And the biggest issue for me with Coach Bud is his defense. He doesn't adjust. And you go against teams in the Eastern Conference like a James Harden, who is great at finding shooters and getting into the paint, collapsing the defense. The Bucks live on collapsing the defense and leaving wide open shooters. For me, the teams in the East, like even the Brooklyn Nets to a lesser degree, they have enough shooters where they're going to punish the Milwaukee Bucks for playing that terrible defense that they keep doing in the playoffs. Because A, a lot of teams got hurt. B, Giannis was having a great all-time great playoff run, and they were hiding the deficiencies of Coach Bud. Last year against the Boston Celtics, they could have won that series without Chris Middleton if Coach Bud just didn't keep staying with that stupid defense he was doing, leaving shooters open every single game, leaving the Boston Celtics to have about 50 threes in game 1. Grant Williams making 7 in game 7 because he didn't want to adjust. And I think that's going to be the downfall of the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think the fact that they won a title in 2021 saved Coach Bud's job for the long term.
That's true.
And I think that means that. And I think that means that in the long, I think they could have won more championships if they didn't win in 2021. fired Bud and got a new coach. But
now,
now
here's the.
Let me spank this young fella. Let me spank this young lad. Listen, young fella. First of all, you say he's using Giannis wrong. That's a lie. Mm-hmm. Because if he sets Giannis up in the dunker's box or puts him in the post all the time, it's easier for the defenses to read what he's going to do. He actually mixes Giannis up pretty well. He uses Giannis the best out of all of them because he allows Giannis to play outside and inside, which gives defenses a problem because it doesn't allow them just to load up on him when he's in the post. Therefore, when he's playing from the perimeter, what happened was at first, Giannis's skills was the problem.
Yo, who's wilding in the background?
That's me. My bad.
Giannis's skills was the problem at first. It wasn't the coach. It was Giannis's skills because when they put up the wall, Giannis's skill set wasn't great enough to overcome that. Now, Giannis improved his game individually, and now the wall is much less effective because Giannis can score in other ways. He can pull up, hit the little mid-range jump shot enough to keep the defense honest. See what I'm saying? So you got to get out that old school of thinking that just, we're going to put him in the dunker box and put him down here, give him a more higher percentage. No, you have to let guys play more of a universal type of game. So with Giannis, the fact that he's able to push the ball in attack, the fact that he's able to get it on the wing and create, what that does is he needs to be the one to give everybody else the better opportunities. Not everybody else to get him his because he gets his shot better than anybody else is on that team. So he can get Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best at willing his opportunities since probably would say LeBron James getting to the back in his prime, getting to the basket.
I also think, Marz, that you underrate Giannis as a one-on-one player. I think that he's a lot better one-on-one player than you give him credit for. That's number one, particularly when he's on the wing and not on the box. And number two, I also think that you underrate him as a passer and a playmaker with the basketball. Not without.
I think he's a
right.
great passer.
And I think a lot of that has to do with him having the basketball when he's in the half court. He creates a lot of offense for Jrue Holiday. He creates a lot of offense because of the attention that he demands just with him having the basketball. I think you underrate that a little bit. Now, on the flip side to that, I also think that when they were playing against Boston, the game plan was, if we're going to lose, Grant Williams, you're going to have to do it. There was no need for adjustment. You tip your hat to a guy in Grant Williams, a rotation guy. You tip your hat to a guy who makes 7 threes coming off the bench because we're not planning for that. And the reason why we're not planning for that, because we don't think you can do it. If you can do that, then we'll live with that. As opposed to, we also not planning for Jason Tatum going for 46. What are we going to do with Jason Tatum? Are we going to double him? Is Giannis going to cover him? We didn't have Chris Middleton. We already had Jrue Holiday trying to cover him. There weren't many people that were able to deal with him. So Giannis basically canceled him out with his 42 and 20. The difference was Grant Williams, who not only did you not account for that, you basically were going to live with that. And if we're going to lose, we tipped our hat to a rotation guy making 7 or 8 threes coming off the bench.
I agree with Marz.
They'll let him do that again. Like if they played again tomorrow, or if that was game 6, they would be like, Grant, you got to hit 7.
No, we're gonna live with that. If we're gonna lose, we'll live with you. We'll live with you making 8 to 10 threes. We'll live with that.
I agree with what Marz is saying because I don't.
You have to adjust.
I don't.
Especially in the game 7, you don't see someone make 4 wide open corner threes and you still don't close out to him.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. I agree with you that I don't think Coach Bud doesn't use Giannis. He doesn't maximize him correctly because I agree. There's definitely times in a half court setting where, like, Bud should not be like relying too heavily on him of self-creation, especially Jrue Holiday's developed slightly as a ball handler and a facilitator. So like, yeah, there's definitely depths in their offense that they should definitely get into. The numbers also back up the simple fact that when Giannis is a role man, he in the offense just looks way better. And on top of that, like even in the post, I've been screaming for years that Giannis should be more active in the post.
Ron,
that's all.
And I'm not saying never give Giannis the ball in the perimeter.
I'm
just saying he needs to be more than he is.
He definitely. However, the problem with your argument is really it's Doc Rivers. That's the problem with your argument is that on the other side of the aisle is Doc Rivers. Like if it was
no, put it back up, leave it up.
I don't mind Milwaukee over Philly, but they wouldn't go over Golden State or Denver at all for me. So they'd be third at best. But I'm just high. I'm just high on Philly.
I do like Mike Malone out there in Denver though. I do.
Mike Malone.
He's a great player.
This boy right here say every time tickets say watch, I turn away. Too bad 90,000 people turn to me. So you walk away. But 90,000 is walking to your boy. Believe that. You understand what I'm saying? So you do the math. Half of these people lying in their rhymes. I'm up 50 and running the scoreboard. Believe that. Let's go.
Yo, but I want to get into the Nuggets because if I'm not mistaken, the Nuggets, they were in Lowe's top 5. Chill, they were in your top 5.
Yes.
And Marz, you had them at 3. We're high on the Nuggets.
Yeah,
I think they're the
I
second
love
best
them.
team in the West.
I'm saying though, I love
them.
the Nuggets too, but we have to keep the same energy. They got 2
Yep.
guys that are fresh off injuries.
Correct.
That we haven't seen play at all, except for open gyms.
Yep.
How do we feel about that?
Now, here's the difference, though, Ron. The difference is with Jamal Murray, he doesn't have a history of injuries, right? He had this injury where he ended up tearing up his knee that one time. But up until that point, Jamal Murray looked like he was on his way to being an all-NBA performer. That's what he looked like he was doing. Now, MPJ has had a history of injury. However, MPJ, when he's healthy, he gives me a better version of Reggie Miller. He gives me like Reggie Miller who can rebound. And I'd like to see him rebound this a little bit more. But when I'm thinking about him and I'm thinking about Jamal Murray with Joker and their ability to play make, plus their rotation guys with adding KCP, I think that they're one of the best teams, not just in the Western Conference, in the league.
I think he's going home in the second round.
Yeah, if they play Golden State in the second
If they play
round,
Golden State, yeah, they will.
They'll beat everyone else in the West.
I'm
very confident in that.
Second round, man.
If they play the Golden State Warriors, yes. Every other team, no.
Hey, Lo, what you got? Some kind of freaknik party over there behind you? I see you.
Nah, man. This opening night. This opening night, man. The Warriors, man. The Warriors got King James, bro. We ready to go.
Lo got the pregame party going on over there.
Facts, man. Facts. No, but I agree. No, I genuinely believe that the Nuggets are. I agree with Marz, like the second best team in the Western Conference, arguably a top 3 team in the entire league. I think what they have offensively with the dynamic of MPJ and Jamal Murray coming back with Jokic could literally be playing offense at a historic level. Quality supporting cast members as well that kind of complements that offense while giving them a little bit more defensively. And Aaron Gordon and KCP and their bench is probably way better than it was than the years prior, just because a lot of those players got reps in the years leading up to right now. I actually like the team. I like it a lot. I genuinely believe. I actually think that they can beat the Warriors depending on the matchup and who gets hot and stuff like that. So I like the team a lot.
Well, here's why I
forget about Bones too.
I disagree with that now. Before I would have agreed with you last year. I disagree with that now because I think that the other players from the Warriors this year is going to get more time and they're going to be better. Like I told Marz that Wiseman's going to have a good season this year. I think Wiseman's going to have a really good season off the bench this year. And I think that he will be able to not do anything special with Jokic, but he'll be able to make Jokic pay attention just for a little while because he's long, athletic, can shoot the J. He'll make Jokic because Jokic really don't have to pay attention with Draymond Green and with Looney out there off on defense. Offensively, you know what I'm saying, he gonna do what he do. You understand what I'm saying? But defensively, he really don't got to pay attention to them. With Wiseman, he had to pay attention for those 15 to 20 minutes that Wiseman's out there if he's out on the court, especially in a 7-game series. So I think that with Golden State, with the addition of Wiseman, Kuminga, and those other young guys, I think Golden State got enough young soldiers to where that if that series were to go 7, I would pick Golden State in the game 7. I think the immortal Klay Thompson's back too. Watching in that last preseason game, I can see he got his snapback, but I do think they lose that game, and I think the Lakers go in there and put something. I think Lakers go in there, and I think LeBron. And y'all know I don't like LeBron. I think he have a one for the ages, and I think he have a vintage game tonight. I think AD comes up big too. I just think they lose tonight, man.
I also think that Jamal Murray, he's in that same space, not quite, but he's in a similar space with where Klay Thompson was, where I think that he's going to prove this year that he can hold up. More than anything, I think that him getting back to that elite level, I still think he might be a year away, but I do think that he's going to be good enough that he's going to put Denver in a position where they're going to be a top 3 seed because his game translates what Joker does. Because a lot of his stuff with him playing off the basketball, Denver's offense is a lot of off the ball action, a lot of movement, a lot of player movement, and I think that works for him. And I think he's going to be highlighted in that. But I also think that with the basketball, you're not going to see as sharp of a Jamal Murray because he's coming off an injury season. I think he gets back to that next season. But I do think that he plays well enough and to show that he can hold up this season.
Can they beat the Lakers in a 7-game series?
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
The Denver Nuggets.
Hey, Low. You know what? I'm sick of Low. I've had it with Low and his
Absolutely.
Lakers. Low, what's your problem, man?
In their favor, Low. I don't think
what's your problem, Low.
If AD is balling, he can offset Jokic.
Not even in his best year.
Time out. If AD is balling, hold on. If AD is balling, that means If AD is balling, that means that's 28, 11, 12 rebounds, and 4 or 5 assists, and 2 or 3 blocks.
And that's not, and that's
you don't think that's enough?
Is it as good as the best version of Jokic? No, it's not.
The best version of Jokic gonna give you what 33, 12 and 6 assists.
Not six.
Is this how
many
assists players contribute?
It will literally be more points, more rebounds, probably double the assists on better efficiency as well.
And way less defense. And let me remind you of one thing.
Still better.
Hold on. The Lakers got the formula against a dude like Jokic. If you go back and remember in that series they played him in the bubble in the playoffs, they took Jokic out that series a few games. You know why?
Because of who?
No, time out. The Lakers have young, big, athletic, big players like a Damian Jones. Listen,
Damian Jones.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. You're not hearing what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
We listening.
Hold on. When you're playing guys like that, beside AD at times, that can rebound, that is athletic, Jokic can have a problem with that because Jokic likes to foul a lot. He'll get in foul trouble quick trying to guard a dude like AD. And if the Lakers
not guarding AD, though.
Listen, if the Lakers play AD the center, who are you gonna guard?
They put Aaron Gordon on him more than likely.
No. Hold on. If the Lakers play AD at the center, that's why Darvin Ham said AD is the best at the center.
So then what happens to Damian Jones?
They're still going to put Aaron Gordon on him more than likely.
Hold on. No, they're not. Hold on.
Yes,
I'm gonna tell you why right now. You saw what happened last year when he went and smoked Embiid in Philly last year. AD was one of his best games he had last year. But watch this. Look at Jokic. If they play AD at the 5, Jokic has to guard him.
He does not have to. He does not have to guard him.
So if AD play at the 5, who the hell is Jokic gonna guard if Jokic is not guarding?
He's either guarding who's either at the forward or he's
LeBron?
probably or if it's LeBron, then they'll put KCP on LeBron. And then after that, they'll just have Jokic. They'll just have Jokic roaming around, especially if
they'll just have Jokic on whoever the worst shooter is.
And if it's Westbrook, he's going to be defending Westbrook. He's going to roam while defending Westbrook. That's what's going to happen. Yes, that's what's going to happen. That's literally what's going to happen. That's what's about to happen.
No, cut it out, man.
He's not. But at the end of the day, the reason why Jokic even had some form of struggles is because he actually had a body. Or
they're going to put Jokic on Westbrook.
AD isn't going to be on there defending Jokic the entire
I didn't
series.
say that. I asked you who is going to guard AD. You said if AD plays at the center.
And they're still going to throw Aaron Gordon at him.
Jokic has to guard AD.
No, he does not. He does not have to.
So Jokic guarding LeBron?
He's going to roam off of Westbrook. That's what he's going to do.
Westbrook come off the bench.
So if Joker doesn't have to deal,
so who's out there then?
So if Joker doesn't have to deal,
the starting lineup is Pat Beverly, Austin Reeves, LeBron
he's
James,
roaming off of Austin Reeves.
And what's the name? Of who?
He's roaming off of Austin Reeves.
Are you crazy?
Yo, Ticket.
Low. If they play that series, Low.
They're not going to because they're not making the playoffs. Don't worry about it. They're not going to. They're not making the playoffs.
You don't think the Lakers are making the playoffs?
No. If you look at the Western Conference, I highly doubt the Lakers even making the playoffs.
Okay.
No.
Hey, low. Just
hot take.
Is that a hot take?
Hell yeah, that's a hot take.
You can name 18. You can name the 8
No,
teams
I can't.
that are better.
I can't give you 8 teams better than the
Yes,
Lakers.
you
Not only can I not give you 8 teams better than the Lakers, Low, I can't see with a healthy, not even say healthy, let's say a 55-60 game Anthony Davis. Same thing with James. I can't see those guys missing the playoffs again. I can't see it.
Wow.
I just can't see it happening.
You're saying if AD and LeBron only play 50 games, they still are going to make the playoffs?
I said 55, 60 games. Add that to the fact, Low, that they missed the play-in tournament with Anthony Davis missing half the season last year and James missing almost 2 months by one game. So with that being said, there's no way that I'm believing that this season that's going to be the same logic. It can't be.
Yo, Low, I
don't know why. Wait. I'll give you the
hold up right quick. I just want to say what's up to my man Fluent. How you doing today?
Oh, okay.
What the hell did I just walk into? Happy birthday, Lo. It's got to be your birthday to have those balloons back there, right?
No. It's the beginning of the season. Opening night.
Okay. We eating like baseball. All right.
We got the Warriors back there. We got the LeBron jersey on right now. 20 years. You know what I'm saying? We good, man. We good.
Oh. Oops.
Yo, Elhurst.
Where logo?
You kicked me? You kicked
me? There you go.
What's going on?
No, there you go. There you go right there. There you go.
Yeah, that was not me. Ron, that was not me.
That's an L host.
This program wilding.
Hey, Fluent, man, they disrespecting your boy before you came in here, man.
But hold on, before we get into that,
we're not disrespecting Norman Powell.
Fluent, I'm gonna need I'm gonna need your 5 teams heading into the season. But before we do that, Lo, you are on the spot right now. We need to hear the 8 teams better than the Lakers. And really, I mean, it's 10 because they got the play in. So are you saying
they can make the play? They can make the play in. Okay. But I believe when they get into the play in, unless they make drastic changes at the deadline. But I'm looking at a roster right now: Phoenix, Memphis, Warriors, Dallas, Denver, Minnesota, Clippers, and Pelicans.
They open the season beating the Warriors and the Strippers. They're gonna beat the Warriors and the Strippers the first 2 games of the season.
What is that? That had nothing to do with the rest of the 80 games, though.
Yeah, no. I'm saying that sets the tone. That sets the tone. When you come out and beat the Warriors, and then you go back and beat the Strippers, that sets the tone right there.
Lo, your problem with the Lakers is Russell Westbrook and Russell Westbrook only, because you did not have this shot. Yes, it is. And then let me tell you why. Because 2 years ago, when he wasn't on the crew and Anthony Davis was healthy and LeBron James was healthy, there was a parade that should have been on Figueroa in Los Angeles. And you were all in on that. But the fact that Russell Westbrook, who you say has been shooting at an historic low, who has been turning the basketball over at an historic rate, he's on the crew and he has soured you to the Lakers. He has soured you to the Lakers at a whole. He has not soured you to Russ. He's basically been the bad apple, and he's basically souring the whole bunch for you. That's not the Lakers, bro.
No, that is not. I can explain it. It's not. That's not true. This is a team that has a bunch of guards, no legitimate big men, no actual. I said this even with the other gentleman was here. I was like, we don't have any wing defenders at all. It's like 6 guards, LeBron, JTA, and a bunch of other power forwards is going to have to play the 5. We don't have enough size inside or on the wing. And on top of that, when you add Westbrook, and then when you add Westbrook to the team, we're hoping that Austin Reeves takes the jump. We're hoping that Dennis Schroeder can be at least a consistent off-ball shooter. Like, there's a lot of things you have to hope for.
Yeah, he's going to miss a month. Dennis Schroeder's going to miss a month.
And then Schroeder's missing a month. So what are we saying right now?
He's going to miss a month.
We'll see tonight. But I want to say something, y'all. Look how much people just hate me, right? This is why we need to love each other in the world. Like Deontay Wilder said, we need to love each other, bro. Look at this poll that Ron just put up.
No, this is
hold on. This is absolute idiocy. Ron just put up a poll that says, can Jokic guard Westbrook? 32% of the people said yes.
No.
That's a disgrace.
No.
You cannot guard Westbrook.
No.
That is hate, bro.
No.
Get that out your heart, man. That is hate. Don't get mad because I come in here cooking with extra.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's hate right there.
Jokic,
but he's not going to guard Westbrook. It's the same way Draymond Green guarded Wilson in 2016. That's what Jokic should be doing.
It's not. We're not literally saying they're gonna, when Jokic is on them, they're gonna call an ISO, and then Jokic is gonna have try to stay in front of them. They're saying
I would love to
in a flow of an offense, especially when you have LeBron and AD on the court, and you need Jokic to be defending somebody. He's going to be on Westbrook, and he's going to roam and sag off of him and play passing lanes. When the ball gets swung around to Westbrook's side, yes, they're going to then, with Jokic still sagging, they're still going to allow Westbrook to take a 3 rather than any other option offensively on the court, because that would be the best way to defend the Lakers. Obviously.
The same way
but you guys do realize
AD was guarding Westbrook.
Can y'all quickly just say I was right? Can y'all just quickly say I was right when I told you let Westbrook come off the bench and do his thing?
But hold on.
I said that before the season started last year.
You got a shot to be 6 man of the year, Fluent. But
I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen.
Is it confirmed?
Let Russ be Russ.
Is it confirmed he's coming off the bench? Because Pat Beverly just said earlier that Russ is starting. He's a Hall of Famer.
Adrian Wojnarowski, signed, sealed, delivered, baby.
Because I feel I broke that before, Woj, and y'all kind of laughed a little bit when I said it here on the show.
Not me.
Y'all said $40 million. How is he going to come off the bench?
Not
and
me.
That's the best place for him.
Not me. I said last year he was supposed to come off the bench.
Now you're more fluid. That's right.
Last year he was supposed to come off the bench, so it couldn't be me.
Speaking of becoming more fluent, would you like to give us the most fluent top 5 power rankings heading into the year?
Sure. Can I give an honorable mention to the New Orleans Pelicans? They're not in my top 5, but man, they're gonna be fun to watch this year. I go probably
in order:
Milwaukee, Golden State, Boston, Philly, and the paper clips, but they'll fall off quick.
Fall off quick, but the top five. That's
keep
crazy.
trying to disrespect the strippers like that, man.
That's crazy.
Those San Diego paper clips.
I mean, like Trill said, if you don't have faith in the Nets, you can't have faith in the Clippers. It's the same thing.
I right now it's based on paper. On paper, you have to put them there, but I don't think they're going to be there.
All right, so I just got one more question before we move on to our next topic. I want to know.
They'll be better than the Suns. Y'all think the Suns are gonna be good? The Suns are gonna be a playing team.
Playing is kind of deep, but yeah, they're not gonna be as good as they were before.
I gotta ask you a question, man. I gotta ask you a quick question,
Talk to us,
bro. I just seen this come up just now, man, and it was disgusting to me, man. What I just saw, man.
Oh my goodness!
And I don't know if you guys saw this. It has something to do with this game tonight, man. But the whole situation, we talked about that last week with the Warriors and Draymond Green, man. Did you guys see what Draymond Green is doing tonight, bro?
What is he doing?
Draymond Green, and he's getting killed for it right now. It's going viral online. Bro, Draymond Green, he has a special that's coming on before the game tonight. Again, Draymond Green has a special coming on before the game tonight that's highlighting his incident in practice before the game. And he's getting destroyed on Twitter.
As he should.
Right now for financially profiting off the thing. And literally, I'm looking at it right now. He has a special coming on through, I think it's Warner Brothers, that they was doing a documentary on this fool. And they're highlighting the fact that he knocked this boy out in practice. And he's getting destroyed for it right now online, man. Bro, I'm going to and then everybody came in here last week talking about, oh, y'all need to keep it private, man. Y'all try. No, these clowns are profiting and putting this stuff public. So when we talk about it, if it's public, it's fair for us to talk about. And Draymond's out here profiting off this stuff, man.
Of course he is. Listen, Draymond
not going to give me the back.
Draymond as a player, Draymond as a player is almost done, if not done. So he's working on his next career. That's the whole reason for the podcast. That's why I'm not surprised he's doing this. He's planning the next step in his. So hey, do you, Draymond? I guess, but
scumbag, man.
Tough.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna read some of these super chats, and then we're gonna jump directly into our next topic. Landon Turner said, "Why does Chilltown always hold his fingers up when anyone is listing something?" Shout out to Ireland.
Because
someone has to keep track and count.
We counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's low, and then that's tone. And by the way, in Ireland, how's the crack? Crack's good.
Oh wow!
and just so you guys know, when we say that in Ireland, that means how you doing. When I first was over there, that's what I first when I heard how's the crack. I'm like, whoa! I don't know what that means. It means how you doing when somebody.
Oh, says, you should have shared that because it was funny.
I was about to say you should have said that.
It means when you say what's the crack, that means how you doing. What's going on?
That's a great clip, Ron.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Atlanta. Because I don't know what that means.
Marz, did you know that?
I'm in England.
He's not in Ireland.
I know that, but he's closer to Ireland than we are. So
right,
I'm saying like we would know Mexican culture more than Marz would probably know because he's all the way over there.
Right.
But you don't know Mexican culture, do you?
A little bit. You know, hey, I hang out with a Latina every other weekend. You feel me? But let's keep it pushing. My man, who is Ken with the super chat? He said, I appreciate Ticket for holding his ground, but he be having some wild takes sometimes. LOL. Love the show. Shout out to everybody tuning in to the best, the hottest, the freshest NBA debate show out there. I don't think that's really no denying that. I'm gonna get one more super chat and then we're gonna keep it pushing. It's Jay Morv. Hope I didn't butcher your name. He said, who's you guys' dark horse teams in each conference? Love the show and shout out Low. You the GOAT, my guy.
Of course. Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Dark horse teams. Who we take?
Is that not the next kind of question? Or you gonna ask us which
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask that, but Matthias, you know, he came with a super chat right after that, and he said, "Who's you guys' dark horse team this season?"
I think we're going into that.
Okay,
we're going into that.
About dark horse teams.
I'll take a crack at it first. I think in the it depends on what do you consider a dark horse. Dark horse to win the championship is not that many. But just dark horse in general, like the team that is going to surprise a lot of people.
Yeah.
In the Western Conference, I have the Pelicans. I think, when I said the Pelicans going to make the playoffs over the Lakers, I think a lot of people they kind of got shook by that. And then in the Eastern Conference, I'm gonna go with shout out to a good friend of mine, NMZ. He said the Pistons. We talked about it, and I'm gonna throw the Pistons in there as well. The Pistons are gonna be a dark horse team.
Now, Lo.
Dark horse one.
Because if Ticket was in here, he'd be flaming you right now. I just gotta know why.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why, but the Pistons are like, for whatever reason, they're not. They're kind of tanking, but they're kind of sort of not, because they've been adding talent to the roster instead of like taking it away. They add Bogdanovic. I think Cade is going to take the second year leap as well. And they to be quite frank, they actually have a roster constructed in a manner in which like they should be able to win some games. The problem with the rest of the Eastern Conference, especially at that stage, they're purposely trying to be so bad that it's not going to matter. I think Cade is going to take a pretty huge leap. But if it's not that team, then I'll say Washington. I'm not going to say the Knicks, though. Like, you can't have me say the Knicks are just trash. That's a terrible team. That's one of the worst franchises of all the NBA history. That's a garbage team, horrible franchise. It's just horrible. So it's either Washington or Detroit in the East, and that's just with Bradley Beal coming back, KP having a really good year, and then also some of the other complementary pieces. But they also lost a lot of pieces as well. And then, but the West. Bro, the Pelicans are gonna be nice. The Pelicans are gonna be real nice. Like,
wait, Lo. Don't say
50% on this test, Lo.
Huh?
You got 50% on this test.
Don't say real nice, Lo. Where do you have the Pelicans? Today is the last day of the regular season, and the playoff starts this weekend. Where you got the Pelicans?
I have the Pelicans following somewhere between the 6th and 8th seed.
Okay, so
I got them as the 5 seed.
Okay, I'm not.
So you have them that good. Well, the problem that I'm having with
5-6.
The problem that I'm having with Detroit is that we still haven't established who their franchise player is. Is it Cade? Are they building this unit around Cade? That's number one.
The Pelicans, not the damn Pistons. Ain't going nowhere.
Are they building this unit around Cade? Add that to the fact that bringing in Bogdanovic, I think that's a Band-Aid. They just cut Kemba Walker. And they got a bunch of dirty work guys.
That's a positive thing right there.
It is a positive thing. Add that to the fact that the Eastern Conference is a nightmare. So when I think about this young group in Detroit, I'm having a difficult time seeing them climb out of the cellar, which by the way is I think it's the Central that they're in. They're clearly the worst team in the Central. They ain't better than Indiana. They're not better than Chicago. They're not better than Milwaukee. They're not better than
I think Chicago's going to make the play-in. But I think Chicago going to surprise how bad they're going to be.
So when I think about dark horse teams, I think
hold on just a second, chill.
I need a tight zoom.
Yeah, Matthias, he just tapped in and gave us the definition that he's looking for. He said dark horse, a team that didn't make the playoffs last year, but can make a deep run. Like the Hawks a couple years back.
Then I'll just say the Clippers
right here, baby.
I'm about to say if that,
I'm going to say the Clippers.
If that's the case, then yeah, the Pistons are definitely off. I'm still gonna say the Pelicans in the West, and then in the East, I'll then
team that
go
didn't make the playoffs and then make a deep run.
Who didn't make?
I'll go. I mean,
based on that, for me, it's the Clippers and Cleveland.
Right?
No, Clippers made the playoffs last year, did they not?
No, they lost in the play-in to.
And also,
isn't that by the stupid rule of the NBA? Isn't that making the playoffs?
No, because I was told that
the
Warriors didn't make the playoffs.
I'm going to say the Warriors didn't make the playoffs.
Don't listen to that logic from Tone. Tone trying to be funny. He think he's funny, but he's not. You know how we feel, Tone, about the play-in. Don't make me come through the screen.
The play-in stupid. The play-in is stupid. Technically, you're in the playoffs if you're in the play-in.
Playing is goofy, and you know it's goofy.
Yeah,
you got to play a tournament. You got 82 games to get in the playoffs. If you can't get in the playoffs after 82 games, you're not a playoff team, period. So
I agree with you.
I got
that's how they did it.
If that is the case, then yeah, I guess we got to go Cleveland and but New Orleans made the playoffs. I'm not counting that. New Orleans is my West, and either Pistons or Washington is my East. But I really like the Pelicans. I like
the Timberwolves. It's a similar reason.
I was gonna say
I like the
Minnesota.
Timberwolves.
I was gonna say Minnesota. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Marz.
Yeah, I just think Rudy is going to solve a lot of Cat's deficiencies. I think they have a good perimeter defensive core with Anthony Edwards, who I think can take a jump now, defensively and offensively. D'Angelo Russell seems to be some defensive coordinator on the court. I don't know where that came from, but
you know where it came from.
He's solid. Jaden McDaniels is one of the best wing defenders in the NBA, in my opinion. Obviously, we've got Rudy, the best rim protector in basketball. And then you got the offense of Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, D'Angelo Russell's a good playmaker, good pick and roll player. I think they can be a high seed. The playoffs is another story, but I think they could make it to the second round. I'll give them.
But the Timberwolves were a 7 seed. There's only actually one answer. I don't know if he was super chatting to get this answer. There's only one team that was out of the playoffs, like not top 10 in either conference, that can make a deep run, and that's the Lakers. That's actually the only team that's talented enough to make a deep run who did not make the playoffs.
Are they talented enough?
Of course they have. When LeBron again,
I think they have two top. I think they have two top 10 players.
I'm going to count like chill. When LeBron and AD play together, they win 70% of their games. So if they can play together 70 games, win 70% of those, yeah, they can make a deep run.
You got 80 as a top 10 player. That's crazy.
I never said
when he's healthy.
When he's healthy.
When he's healthy.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
When he's healthy. And you can't give us
when he's healthy. If he's
2020
AD, I have him in my top 5. So.
Like out of the top 10, I know chill. You're gonna, but it was the Lakers. Okay, they have a chance. The Kings, no. The Blazers, deep run, no. The Thunder, no. The Rockets, no. In the East, again out of the top 10, the Knicks, hell no. The Wizards, deep run, no. The Pacers, no. The Pistons, no disrespect, not making a deep run. Or the Magic. So really, there's only one team that can make a deep run.
By his logic, yeah.
By that question.
Yeah.
By that question.
Yeah, hell no on the Knicks, man.
Hell no on the Knicks. Get out of here.
Hold on.
James Dolan. My offer still stands. If I don't get you to the NBA Finals in 5 years, I'll give you all the money back you pay me as a GM.
To piggyback what to piggyback what Marz just said. That's who I'm with. I'm with the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think that Rudy's going to make them significantly better defensively. He gives them elite rim protection. He gives them an elite rebounder. He gives them elite post defense. And I think the Cat now moving back to his natural position, which is the 4, I think that's going to enhance his game, not only in the half court, but in transition. And I think it's going to enhance his game defensively. Because now I don't have to deal with Rudy. I'm not Rudy. I'm sorry. I don't have to deal with Joker. I don't have to deal with Embiid. I don't have to deal with Ayton. I don't have to deal with all those other 5 men. That's Rudy. He's going to have to deal with those guys. And I think that that's going to open up their offense even more. So I think that Minnesota, not only are they a top 5 seed, I think that they can make some noise in the Western Conference.
When they finish 7th again, I'm going to laugh at all of you.
Come on, why you keep saying when they finish 7th again? I think they finished 7. I think they finished 2 games outside the 5th spot or something like that. It's not like it's not like they finished 6 or 7 games behind Denver. They were right behind Denver. They were right behind Denver in terms of being in the play-in, right behind them. So
they were 3 games away from Utah. They were a solid team last year.
And Utah was what seed was Utah low?
Utah was a 5th seed.
They are 5th seed. There was 3 games out.
The problem with the West last year is after Minnesota was the massive gap between Minnesota and the Clippers. Because Minnesota on up had 40, 45, 46 plus wins.
Right.
And then after that, it was the Clippers with 42. And then after that, it was New Orleans with 36. It was just too much of a gap.
I'm trying to make sense because I know, Lo, that you high on the New Orleans Pelicans, which I am too. You already know how I feel about Herb Jones. But we have a gaping hole, and it's at the lead guard spot.
That's what are we going to do? That's what I'm thinking. I don't trust CJ McCollum as a lead initiator.
We have a gaping hole at the lead guard spot. As good as CJ McCollum is, and I think he's a solid 2 guard, right? Mm-hmm. I think he's one of the better 2 guards in the game. But when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, or when we get into the middle of the 3rd quarter, where we have valued possessions, who is the guy taking the basketball and directing traffic? Who is the guy that's getting us in sets? Who is the guy getting us in sets defensively? Who is that guy? I think that's the difference right there.
Well, that's why they're dark horse, because they have their deficiencies, but I think some of their positives will just outweigh them. So you're right. The lead guard position, somebody who's initiating the offense is up in the air. That role will be shared between CJ, Zion, and BI, but none of them are that's not their best attribute as a player. Right. And God forbid, Devontae Graham is doing that as well. So that's fair. Also defensively, this team also has a lot of holes as well. Outside of Herb Jones, there's not really too many identifiable defenders. You can be optimistic about some of these players, of course, but the 2 things that really stand out to me is last year toward the tail end of the season when BI missed 17 games.
Yeah,
they were somehow a top 10 offense and top 10 defense. Obviously, that was also without Zion. Both of them are coming back playing full seasons. Offensively, what this team is going to look like, I think has a potential to be a top 3 offensive team in the NBA. Zion's coming back. He was producing at all-time levels in his sophomore year on a team that didn't even have the proper personnel to maximize what he does, especially with Steven Adams and Eric Bledsoe. You remove those two players. Valanciunas is more offensively oriented. Then you also bring in more offensively oriented guards as well, such as CJ McCollum and Devontae Graham. B.I.'s played his best seasons alongside Zion Williamson as well. The offensive rebounding for this team is potentially going to be at a historic level. Valanciunas and Zion alone will definitely put them on that stature. And just having a player like Zion on your team that is going to shift the offense is going to make everybody else look better on that side of the floor. CJ McCollum is an off-ball guard, catching and shooting, was playing at league highs last year. And again, didn't have that many reps. Right. And even in terms of CJ, again, not saying that he's going to do the greatest job at it, but you'll be pretty surprised at watching some of the games as well as some of the numbers that back it up as well. When he had the opportunity to handle the ball last year, not only with New Orleans, but also in Portland, because remember, Damian Lillard was out. He didn't look egregiously bad. Again, he's not going to be Chris Paul. I don't even think he's going to be Drew Holiday, who I think is an underrated like initiator and sets up the offense. But he's going to be good enough to where it's not going to be a massive problem. My concern with them more so is defense, because I still don't like what I see out of Zion defensively. Now, Zion kind of ramps it up on that side of the floor. It's tough.
I do think that Zion.
Oh, yeah, and I love Troy Murphy. Oh, my God. I mean, Trey Murphy.
Trey is tough.
Trey is tough.
I really like Dyson Daniels from what I've seen, but he's
not. But Dyson, he has to shoot, though.
Yeah.
6'8" guard?
It's going to be tough for Dyson over Trey.
He defensively can be great.
Yes, really great. Really great. But he has to shoot, though. Because he can
shoot. Yeah.
Yo, so to keep it pushing, you guys want to play a little game?
We listening.
Let's play a little game called How High is the Ceiling? Now, I'm going to give you guys a duo, and you guys tell me in the next 5 years, what can their ceiling possibly be? They could be first round. It could be playing. It could be we could just make it to the championship, or it could be multiple championships. Whatever you think that these guys can do, I want to know.
Yo, this is about to be the low hating episode. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Tune in, folks. Turn up the volume, folks.
I already know the names you about to say. I'm
about to be seen as a hater as well.
Sure. I mean, you know what they say. So if it's the truth, it can't be hate, right?
I guess.
All right, the first duo I got for you guys is none other than Ant-Man and the Cat, Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. What is their ceiling in the next 5 years?
Second round.
They would never get past the second round.
No.
Okay, Marz.
Conference finals.
Yeah.
You agree, Chill?
Yes, I think that they're as long as Rudy is back there, I think that they're a conference finals team. Cat is a number 1 on a playoff team. He's a number 2 on a championship contender. He's a number 3 on a championship team. And I think that with this crew right here, he's going to have to be the number 2. And I think that he takes them as far as maybe the conference finals. I think that's as far as he takes them.
Them boys going to hurt your feelings. They'll make the playoffs this year.
Oh, wow.
You got whoa. You got Minnesota out? Is that what I just heard? You got Minnesota not making the playoffs.
No, nope. I told you that last week. I already told you my 8 teams. I told you the 8 teams is going to make it over them.
What?
The Warriors.
Right.
The Strippers.
Okay.
The Nuggets.
Uh-huh.
The Lakers.
Okay.
The Pelicans.
Okay.
The Dallas Mavs.
Right.
The Phoenix Suns.
Keep going.
And the who I didn't say?
Ticket, you came too far for this. You can't do this.
The Lakers. Don't forget about the Lakers.
Hold on. I'm about to get it right now.
Lakers.
You said the Lakers.
No, he said the Lakers.
You say the Lakers?
I didn't say the Lakers.
No, he didn't say the Lakers.
He did.
No,
He did say the Lakers.
Oh, did you say
Memphis?
And the Memphis Grizzlies.
My bad.
So the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Them the 8 teams. Now,
So
them the 8 teams will make it over them bums.
The West is actually
Y'all believe in Rudy Gobert?
The West is actually stacked.
Y'all believe
That's
in
what
I believe.
But that's why I said that's why
especially in the regular season.
Yeah, the West
Absolutely.
is stacked.
Not only that, but as a defender, as a rim protector, and an interior defender, yes, I do. On that unit,
Man,
I absolutely believe in Rudy Gobert. No question about that. If I'm not mistaken, did Rudy Gobert on that Utah Jazz team when he was off the floor, which was at the bottom of the Western Conference, Were they the number 1 seed with Rudy Gobert on the crew? Number 1.
Western Conference Finals?
No, they didn't go to the Western Conference Finals because they didn't have the talent. I don't think that they didn't have the talent.
People know how to expose
that Minnesota had. No, they didn't. After Donovan, hold on, Ticket. After Donovan Mitchell, give me the talent that they had. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I just told you the hell talking about. They had him, Donovan Mitchell, Bojanovic, averaging 18. You want to keep going?
Keep going.
Please, DJ Khaled, keep going.
Please keep
going.
6th
man of the year, Jordan Clarkson. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
3-point shooter. The white boy that hit the threes.
Right.
Yeah. What is his name?
What you call it now? He plays for the Bucks now. What's her boy name?
Joe Ingles.
Joe Ingles.
Sit down, man.
Now,
the Jazz was never their offense.
To answer your question, Ron, notice to say how high they had to add in a third player. That's why I don't like this.
Hold up right quick.
Alone aren't going nowhere.
Yeah, I agree with what exactly what Fluent is saying right now.
Let me get you a cup of tea, Marz. I'm gonna ask you a question, right? I'm gonna ask you a real question right now, Marz. Let's be realistic. Did Bojanovic average 18?
Yes.
Was Jordan Clarkson 6th man of the year? Average around 16, 17 points.
Correct.
So what's all this? He didn't have enough offense around him.
No, I said the issue on the Jazz was never the offense. The Jazz issues was never the offense.
I ain't even finished. You wildin', boy.
Keep going, boy.
Keep going. And they had and Lowe's DJ Khaled. Let's keep going. And they had the point guard.
Mike Conley, who, by the way, at 34, you give me a break on Mike Conley, man.
Mike Conley average what?
You telling me the same Mike Conley that you telling me the same Mike Conley? Are you telling me that? Whoa! You telling me the same Mike Conley who Jalen Brunson ate his lunch? That Mike Conley? Not only that, we're getting off the subject. We're on the subject of the Minnesota Timberwolves not making the playoffs. That's what we on. We're on the subject of the Minnesota Timberwolves not making the playoffs. And your logic is because of Rudy. You believe in Rudy.
No,
with this unit, do I believe?
You're the person who said that he didn't have enough offense around him out there.
None of us said that.
No, nobody said that. Nobody said that.
Hold on, tell me. He said he didn't have enough around him.
Defense.
No one said that.
What?
No one said
defense.
That's a lie. They were one of the best defensive teams in the league, right?
Because of
Rudy Gobert.
That's why. They were just so you know, Ticket, when Rudy Gobert was off the floor, they were ranked 27th in the league. That's at the bottom of the league when he's off the floor. Now add that to the fact. So now you got Minnesota, who's younger, who's got dogs as well. Now we got Rudy behind them. So now you can take.
Minnesota has dogs.
Let me ask you. So why they ain't translating the playoffs then?
Why do you think they got Rudy?
Because they look goofy.
That's the reason why they got Rudy.
No,
3 out of 4 games.
I asked you, why didn't it translate for Utah the defense in the playoffs?
Because the rest of the team
when you only have one defender, that's not how basketball works.
What do you mean?
You don't win with one defender and a bunch of liabilities and expect that to hold.
Hold on, time out. Let's keep it real and let's say what the NBA analyst said. Rudy Gobert was a liability on one whole end of the court.
Who's the NBA analyst?
He couldn't make a jump hook. He couldn't make a jump hook, so
that's not why they lost, though. That's not why they lost.
He gave you yes. Come on, I'm gonna tell you why. He gave you no option offensively as a big.
He led the league in field goal percentage. Ticket.
Hold on, let me say this.
He led the league in field goal percentage. He shot almost 70% from the floor. He averaged 15 a game, and he was only getting 6 shots a night.
Bro, because he can't score.
That's not why they lost, though.
Wait, so you think the Jazz defense was bad because Rudy Gobert was bad?
Bro, you're not hearing me. I'm telling you that Donovan Mitchell was out there scorching dudes. He was offensively carrying the team. If this dude y'all praising and Rudy Gobert had a slightly better offensive game, they win a couple of those series they lost. The series
they do not. No, they don't. No,
you don't think. Hold on. You don't think
that's
Rudy
not
Gobert,
why they lost.
That's
not why they lost.
Bro, of all the reasons to say the Jazz lost, saying Rudy Gobert's offense is crazy.
Brother. Okay. Hey, look.
They were literally performing at all-time highs against the Clippers. It was just that they were performing better.
Come back and put some respect on my name.
But it's not. But that's not. But that way. But let me just say.
What's the next one, Ron? What's the next one?
Wait. What Fluent said was right, though. No, what Fluent said was right. The reason why I don't. Yeah, the reason why I don't believe in the Ant-Man and Karl Anthony Towns as a duo is because we just sat here and spent a bunch of time talking about Rudy Gobert, which should already tell you how everybody feels about them as a duo. If you bring up somebody else to try to even out the duo, that should already let you know who they actually are. It's a second round exit at best. I never see them making the conference finals. No. But if the fact that we brought up another player in a duo, that should let you know how good the duo is. Thank you. That for a fact.
You prove my point.
All right, y'all.
I like that.
That was never your point, but
Fluent was right. That's the better words.
Was right.
Hey, Marz, if you want, I bet you 100 pounds.
100 what? On what? What are you trying to bet?
They're not gonna make the playoffs.
Yes, I speak English.
Hey, yo, there's gonna be like 12. There's gonna be honestly, there's gonna be like 12 to 15 teams winning 50 games this year in the league.
How many?
12 to 15 teams.
And each so as a whole, right? So not just the Western Conference.
And you know why? You know why I say that? Why I say like 12, bro? It's gonna be like 6 to 10 teams tanking alone to try to get Victor.
That's why I said that.
Hey, Lo,
yeah, they're gonna be purposely
losing
losing games.
Bro, you know something? This is a funny thing, Lo. You, me, Fluent. They over there almost pushing 30 over there, 30,000. You got like
I'm about to say I'm pushing 30. What?
You got almost no, I'm saying you got almost 300,000.
Oh, I thought you took my age. Okay.
You got dudes in the comment section.
I told him
that's saying, "Oh man, Ticket got the wildest takes." You got dudes that got one subscriber telling us we got bad takes.
One.
One.
I got dudes that tell me that I don't know basketball and they got zero followers.
How you gonna tell a Ticket got bad takes? But you got one subscriber. I just look at your channel, dog. I just look at your channel, bro. You got one subscriber. You got like 20 videos, bro. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, bro. I'll go too far with the comedy, man.
Yo, y'all look at the super chat that's on the screen right now. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm actually gonna move on to our next duo. Does anybody else have anything to say about Cat and Ed?
No.
Did everybody went? Fluent, you?
Yeah. Okay. I was right.
The next duo I have for you guys is Trae Young and DeJounte Murray.
Oh my God! Thomas Bryant is going through surgery. He's about to miss time as well, bro. Oh my God, I'm done with this team, bro. What do y'all want me to do, bro? What y'all want me to do, bro? Y'all want me to root for that team? I'm sorry, man. They still got
Damian Jones.
Stop, please stop.
I'm not sure that they're going to be together in 5 years, to be quite honest with you. But between
5,
DeJounte
3.
DeJounte Murray, I don't think they're going to be together in 5 years. Add that to the fact that I'm not sure between the two of them how this thing is going to bowl well, because I'm looking at DeJounte Murray, who I know he knows how to play off the basketball because of that offense that he was in. But when I think about Trae Young, his ability to play off the basketball is very questionable. So I don't know how this duo thing is going to work with them. Add that to the fact that the Atlanta Hawks losing Herter and then losing Gallo, I think that's crippled them. I mean, I make sure I got to get his name right.
DeJounte.
Hunter. No, not DeJounte Murray. Hunter.
DeAndre Hunter.
DeAndre, that's his name. DeAndre Hunter. He stays beat up. And then when he's in the lineup, he's solid, but he stays beat up. But this duo, I don't think that they're going to be good enough to carry that unit in the Eastern Conference, which has gotten so much better past the first round.
I agree. First round exit. First round. Well, let me say, you said ceiling.
You might want to just
ceiling, second round.
You could replay this answer, Ron, for all of them. Depends who else is around them, because the two of them ain't going nowhere.
You said ceiling, so I'm gonna go second round, but more than likely that's a first round exit team. In being very serious.
Okay, they're stats team. That's what they are. Good stats. No.
And no. I agree with you. They lost way too much in the offseason. Like way too much. Way too much.
I mean, it's hard to do this with these duos because I'm just viewing it as the Atlanta Hawks and what I think their ceiling is. And for me, their ceiling is the second round. And I think everyone's already touched on all the points. I don't think Trae Young and DeJounte Murray is a seamless fit. I think it can work. But the East has just got the conferences are so top heavy now because everyone is either trying to be terrible or trying to be good. So there's not really many mid teams, and Atlanta falls in the mid category. So first round
with the Raptors.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that was so unnecessary. I'm sorry.
No, the Raptors.
They mid.
They're a couple years away, in my opinion.
They're a couple years away from being a couple years away.
You're gonna be so surprised.
No, we're not, Tone. You've been
No, we're not.
No, we're not, Tone. No, we're not. This is the same way you talk to me about Jason Tatum. That's the same way I feel you. The same way I feel with the Toronto Raptors. You guys are first round exit. You guys
same thing y'all told me last year, and I said, listen, you forget the year before they played 72 road games where they were getting booed in Tampa.
Right.
And I said they're going to be a 4 or 5 seed last year, and what were they? A 4 or 5 seed.
Right.
This year, I see them in person. They are better than you think. They're going to surprise you. That's all I'm saying. Surprise you.
Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam duo is crazy.
Scotty Barnes. It looks like a big step.
I'll give them that. They got some dogs over there. What they can put together, I don't know, but I actually kind of like Toronto.
If they get any consistent scoring, y'all in trouble.
Yo, what do you mean if they get any consistent scoring, Tone? They got Pascal Siakam. He's a 20+ a game guy.
Shooting. Outside shooting is what they do.
If I'm not mistaken, one more time, Ticket.
Lakers just lost another player to surgery, right?
I know that's what I just said.
He was just talking about Thomas Bryant.
Hey man, hey Ticket, hey, don't shake your head now. Come on now, don't do that now. Keep your head up now, Ticket. Keep that head up. Now.
You got to get on the waiver wire. You got to get on.
Yeah. Nah. We waiting. Yeah, come on now. We waiting, man.
You got to get on the waiver wire.
Already,
the Lakers got to get on the waiver wire.
Don't shake your head, man.
I got a bet on this too. I got money on this.
Garbage.
Boy, that team.
I know you're hurting right now, but I need an answer to how far you think DeJounte Murray and Trae Young can go. What is their ceiling?
I think they already reached their ceiling without DeJounte Murray, which is the conference finals. Mm-hmm. I don't think they go back. I think they second round.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I don't listen. They're not going to get the third guy they need. They need another. They got 2 young guys, but they need like a real established superstar. That's what they need to go
as a third guy.
No. I'm saying they need that to go with because I don't see Murray as being a superstar.
Right.
I see him as being an up and coming good young player. You know what I'm saying? Good young player. Because this year I don't think he's gonna have no breakout season. Average 25, 24, 25 points. I think he averaged around 19, something like that. And I think that with Trae Young always gonna get his numbers. But the thing with Trae Young is I think Trae Young overrated to an extent because I don't think he ever gonna be able to elevate. You understand? That's why at first I used to buy until he was better than Luka, and then they ain't even no contest, man. Luka Doncic. If Luka Doncic had the same team he had with them, they're going to the conference finals almost every year. So yeah, man, I ain't nah.
And so speaking of Luka, he actually happens to be next. Now the thing about Luka and these other guys that I've named is, well, they have an all-star teammate. So I had to go with who I assume Luka's next best player is, and it could possibly change. So we could just be asking, what is Luka's ceiling? But for the purpose of the segment, I'm gonna say Luka and Christian Wood. What is their ceiling?
Second round exit.
Finals.
You think Luka and his shadow can get to the finals by himself? That's not a good roster.
He said next 5 years.
He said the next 5 years.
I don't agree with Ticket a lot. I don't agree with Ticket a lot. But to be honest with you, when I look at this, I actually thought that I'm watching them against Phoenix, and I'm thinking to myself, can they win it? When I'm watching Luka against Phoenix, I'm thinking to myself, can he take these boys to the finals? And can they win it?
I ain't never thought that.
I did.
Yeah, I knew they were losing. I knew they were losing.
I wasn't sold on them losing to the Warriors.
I follow his history though, bro. His history. The kid is since he was a kid, he's been a winner, winning championships, MVPs, overseas EuroLeague championships. Bro, that kid he's a different type of monster. So as LeBron phase out, KD phase out.
You are right on that. Yeah, you are right on that. 5 years.
Bro, as them dudes phase out.
5 years, yeah. Okay, 5 years.
Yeah.
It's finna be Luka world, and everybody else finna be a squirrel trying to get a nut.
You right on that. So yeah, I take that back. If you're right, 5 years, because 5 years from now, the legal.
And we did, and we did. And again, I don't agree with Ticket a lot, but we did see Dirk throw a pretty good team, on his back and take them to the NBA Finals and win it. And I'm not 100% confident that that Luka won't be as good as Dirk in the next 5 years. So does he have to have an impressive roster in order to do that? I'm not sure that he has to have that.
No, we talk about this all the time. It's everybody thinks you have to have all these stars together to win.
No, you don't.
Rarely does those teams win.
Yeah,
it's people who know their role and play their role.
Right.
Those are the teams that win more often. More often.
Well, I agree. Going to the finals.
More often.
Right.
Yeah, going to the finals is the ceiling. Now can they win it? I need to see a little bit more consistency in what the rest of the roster looks like. But you're right. I mean, Luka is in 5 years will without a doubt be a bare minimum like a top 5, top 7 player. And having that caliber player on your roster should easily solidify you as at least contention to make the finals.
Marz, and first of all, Marz, I understand that you being the Warriors fan that you are, and I have no problem with that. But I'm watching Luka go up against the Western Conference champ, the team that was in the NBA Finals previous to that, and he dominated them. So I'm watching this thinking to myself, not only can they get past these guys.
Man, the Suns are fake. Come on. What are we
the
Suns are fake.
I wasn't buying that. I was not buying that. I thought that they looked like a team that was going to be back in contention. So I'm watching Luka dominate them, and he had me thinking at some point, can these dudes win it? Can they get past? Can they at minimum get to the NBA Finals? Because I was watching him. Because I was watching Luka.
They could have beat Boston. Had they would have went to the finals, they'd have won the chip. They'd have beat Boston. Luka's that good, man. Listen, when we finish looking at Luka's career, we're going to compare him to Larry Bird at the end. That dude is that good, bro. He's that good. I watch these cats from overseas. That's why when all them dudes are telling me about Victor Wembanyama, bro, you got to watch these cats, man. It's harder to get buckets like that overseas. When they come to the NBA, they looking like, man, it's easy. All this spacing, I'm able to really play my game, the floor open. Man, they finna come over here and tear things. If Giannis had the game of Victor Wembanyama, think if Giannis had Victor's skills right now. The dream shake, the fadeaways, hitting threes out of bounds, bringing it up, pulling up from Africa. Imagine if he could do that. Think about that. I'm just being honest. Think about it, Giannis.
I'm trying to think if Luka would have beat the Celtics because I think that actually
beat the Celtics.
I don't think that's nuts. I don't know if that's nuts.
I don't think that's nuts either.
I don't think that's nuts to say that.
I don't think that's nuts.
I don't think that's nuts because, like I said, I'm watching him dominate the Phoenix Suns, who were in the in the finals last year.
Oh, Jesus!
And remember, he took the Clippers.
I had Dallas beating the Suns prior to the series.
The Suns. I'm done with that. I can't.
But isn't it a completely different defense though that he sees with kind of like how KD played against the Celtics?
I don't know.
Do you think they blitz Luka like that? Do they get the ball?
They weren't blitzing Steph.
They can't harp on some. They tried to play. The reason they could play KD like that is due to the deficiencies in his game. Luka doesn't have those deficiencies.
Yeah, he don't.
But I also think guys like Jason Tatum have a better series against Dallas than they did against Golden State.
That was the problem. Reasons. Yeah.
So I think it would be a close series. I think it 6 or 7.
I just think about Luka being responsible for so much of their offense, not just scoring, but I think overall him being responsible for so much of their offense. I think that would have been the Achilles heel.
But I still got them in the finals. Yeah, I agree with Ticket.
Yeah, I think that ceiling's the finals, but I don't know for sure if they would make
it. I can get with that. I can get with that.
The next duel that I have for you guys. Now, keep in mind they're fresh off a championship, and we don't know. Hold on. We don't know when Steph and Clay are gonna step away. But I know that they just signed younger cats. They just extended Jordan Poole. And they just extended Andrew Wiggins. So we kind of got to do a bit of a hypothetical here. But how far do they go in the future with Poole and Wiggins?
Number one pick every single year.
A lottery.
You think they garbage?
Because Trey, y'all got to read the news. Klay Thompson, he didn't get an extension either. But you know what Klay said? He said, I ain't worried. I know I'm going to get mine. So after this year, they're going to give Klay Thompson another extension. See, that's the part nobody talked about. Klay's up for an extension. He didn't get one this year. Klay came out yesterday when he did an interview talking about everything on NBA.com, and he said he know he gonna get his money. He said he going back to All-Star status this year, so he know he gonna get his. He's up for an extension. He gonna sign a 4-year extension. Curry's
he's betting on himself. He better not get hurt.
Hey, Ron.
I'm saying, but that's what he's saying. If you watched him the last preseason game, I mean, he looked like the immortal Klay Thompson to me. He looked way better than he looked last year in the first half of that game.
Hey, listen, that's Klay Thompson. You know this. They're telling Klay, look, we're gonna re-sign these guys next year. We're gonna re-up you next year. They got all these backdoor deals in.
Hey, Ron, playing tournament. Playing tournament. That's a playing team.
You believe that team can make the play-in?
I think if Poole and Wiggins are your two best players, and that's the duo that's leading the team, that is a playing team.
Lottery.
Yeah, I think if that was the team.
No, you said ceiling.
Yeah, ceiling is maybe the 12th pick in the draft.
No, but that's not what it is, though. That's not what it is. Y'all not paying attention to the key. Steph and Clay are going to be there the next 9 years.
No, he's not saying that.
No, it's just those two.
If Steph and Clay didn't exist. Team are Poole and Wiggins. How far do they go?
They would get Victor this year. They would get Victor this year.
Yeah, they're gonna be. It's gonna be struggle over there. It's gonna be struggle city over there. I ain't gonna lie.
Lottery.
Cover it up, bro. It's gonna be bad.
Garbage. These dudes is garbage.
Fans gonna disappear quick.
Y'all dudes are putting me on because I'm clearly not seeing what everybody else that I talk to or that I hear is talking about with Jordan Poole. I'm thinking to myself, am I missing something with this?
I'm not seeing the All-Star that everyone else.
Yeah,
I'm not
seeing the logic that
I see a talented player, but I'm not.
Okay, Lo, answer this question for me, Lo, because I've had this conversation. Lo, so Jordan Poole is in year 4, right? So at his apex in the next 2 years, at year 6, let's say year 7, what is Jordan Poole?
It depends, but it depends on who's still there. If Curry and them still there,
just said Wiggins. Like he just said Wiggins is.
If it's him and Wiggins, no. I think Poole can definitely get you like, let's just say 24, 5 on solid efficiency. Like I think the efficiency will drop if he's like handling it on his own. But no, he can definitely get you like 24.
So that's his apex. That's as good as it's going to get from him.
For sure.
Is that what I'm? Is that
yeah.
so?
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm going to get a bunch of after that 24. I'm going to get a bunch of like 22s and 21 seasons from him.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. I disagree because here's the thing: we all know the Warriors are going to make some type of move to get somebody in there to keep them relevant after Steph and Clay.
I get that, but if they're the best players, though, not other compliments.
Okay. No, I'm saying
they'll have somebody that happen because if they do,
move somebody else.
I think Jonathan Kuminga would be better than all of these guys, but
I do too.
For whatever reason.
But like for example, like CJ McCollum, he's never made an All-Star game, but he's still an All-Star caliber player, though. Like I think even if
he's the best player on your team, you're not going anywhere.
No, I agree. I said that.
Yeah,
I
think.
Well, hold on. No,
Jordan Poole can
arguably the best player on that team.
Who?
CJ McCollum.
And what I do? Team? Playing.
Wait, what argument is that?
I mean, you guys all just came up here and said they was dark horse.
On what team was McCollum the best player?
No, I said he's arguably the best player
on what team? I'm asking you on what team.
How do you make the argument?
You mean last year, right, Ron?
Oh well, no, I'm talking about this year. You can argue.
Not
what? Argue it. You can. I mean,
argue what? He better than Zion?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't better than Brandon Ingram.
I know he's better than
Ingram. No,
he's not better than Brandon Ingram.
Ron, this is a terrible argument.
Not arguable. No. Stick to hosting. That is a terrible.
He was the best on the. He was the best on the Blazers when Dame went down.
Put the L host in the chat. L host in the chat, man. That's a crazy argument, man. Zion? He's not better than Zion.
I got Zion. And I got Brandon Ingram.
Right.
What are we saying?
Well, he's not in the conversation, Ron. He's not in the conversation as the best player on that team.
I think he's easily the third option over there.
Yes, no doubt about it.
I think it's easier to argue Valanciunas over CJ than it is to argue CJ is the best.
I agree.
Yes.
So he's closer.
He's closer to fourth than he is first, bro.
Yep.
He's closer to fourth than he is second.
Pelicans in a good position.
No, the Pelicans are nice.
Yep. I like the Pelicans.
All right, y'all. So tonight is opening night. I know everybody's excited about that. It's a lot of hype around the 2 games that's going on tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into those. We're gonna talk about our thoughts and our predictions on these games tonight. First game that we have. How we feeling about this game? How we feeling about Philadelphia and Boston? Tipping off at 7:30 Eastern.
Oh boy, tough.
Go ahead, Lo.
I can lead the real quick. Yeah, I like. First of all, man, the East is going to be nice this year, man. I think actually we're going to get a lot of great basketball. 2 teams that are really competing to make a stand in the Eastern Conference. They got something to fight for. Try to get some top seeding in the conference. I like the 2 on the Celtics side. They're missing Rob Williams early on, so they're going to be missing some size. And B should be able to go out there and have a great game. Also, I want to see what Harden looks like on his team, a little bit more free-flowing. Can he get back to his top 10 status or at least right outside the top 10? I want to see that. Also, I also really want to see Maxey, man. Maxey, boy, that man. Boy, I love me some Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is really, really amazing. And then on the other side, want to see JT and Jaylen Brown, see what that duo looks like. But more importantly, I want to look at how Al Horford has aged. I'm kind of concerned with that because if they're missing Rob Williams and then Horford starts to age a little bit more, then a lot of the defensive presence they had in the front court and the production they had in the front court will definitely slide a bit. And in this league, when you're definitely going to have to go, especially in the East, where you're going to have to go through Embiid and or Giannis, you can't that part of your game cannot start sliding on your team. So I do want to see that. Those are two things I'm looking for. James Harden, figure out what he looks like, and then if Al Horford is aged as much as he might have, because I'm kind of shaky on that. And I have Philly winning.
Yep. Yeah, he got it right. Philly winning. Boston's going to struggle early on.
Damn, they don't struggle?
He said, yeah, they're going to struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as bad as last season.
Yeah, there's not as bad as last year, but missing Williams, and typically that finals hangover, for whatever reason, always takes teams a couple of weeks to get going again.
Oh, so yeah, new coach too. Sorry to cut you off.
And that coaching. Yeah, we forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
I think that with Philadelphia, with James Harden and Embiid being able to play together for an entire season, I think that's just going to bolster their roster, not just their roster, but their play. And when I think about with Robbie Williams being out of the lineup, you can't just replace that. Like, you can't just replace the best rim protector on your team, the best rebounder on your team, the best interior defender on your team. You can't just throw a bunch of guys out there and replace that. And I think that they're going to struggle because of that. Now, I think that they're going to struggle because of that more than they are because of Udoka not being there anymore. Because when I think about him, I think that whole staff, with the exception of the head coach, that whole staff is still there from Udoka. So they still got the same principles from Udoka. But when I think about what Philadelphia brings, I think that they're going to pound the rock inside. I'm a big Maxey fan. I put Maxey in the same category with guys like Darius Garland, DeJounte Murray, guys like that. If he can play more minutes and he can be involved in the offense a little bit more, I put him in the same category with guys like that. I think that with James Harden being able to be on this crew for longer and now for the whole season, I think Tobias Harris is going to be a lot better too, because now you're going to get him more involved in transition more than you do in the half court. So I think that Philly handles Boston tonight.
I don't see Tyrese Maxey that good, but I think he's a very good player. I just want to see Philly's defense, to be honest, because Embiid, this whole, before the season, he's been emphasizing defense. He said he wants to be the defensive player of the year. Mm-hmm. So I want to see how his defensive motor has been looking. He said even by his own admission, he's been less engaged defensively for longest periods. He would only really dial it up in the fourth quarters. I think if James Harden is the James Harden that I believe he's going to be this season, which is more the 2021 James Harden before the hamstring, I think Embiid is going to be able to take the lengths, the measures to be the defender he was 2019, that Embiid, and I think that will really propel the 76ers, and that's why I have them going to the finals this year.
Okay, but can we get a prediction on tonight's game? What do you think is going to happen? Opening night.
Philly win, and I think they win pretty comfortably.
So everybody up here so far has Philly smoking Boston. Okay.
I'm not smoking, Ron. I'm not going to say smoking, but I think they handle them tonight. I do. Okay. I do think they handle them.
That means
tonight.
I was right then about Ime Udoka.
Oh my gosh.
What was you about to say the first time, Ticket?
Yeah, I was about to say. You was
about to say the first time, Ticket? Oh my God.
I guess I was right about him.
What about him?
They're gonna be calling me midway through the season, baby. And he's gonna be the first coach that the whole crowd is gonna be screaming Ime. And he's gonna take off the Celtics front office, but their hand is gonna be forced.
Ticket, you know that you already know that Udoka stepped down, right? You already know that he already stepped down. So
I don't think he didn't step down.
Yes, he did. He already stepped down as the coach.
He didn't step down.
Yes, he did.
He did not.
Yes, he did, yo.
Ime Udoka did not step down.
I never heard that, but I don't know.
He did not step down. Ime Udoka's getting a check right now.
No.
Ime Udoka, listen, Ime Udoka's not stupid enough to step down. If he steps down, he forfeits his contract.
Right.
They still have to pay him his salary on his contract if he doesn't quit.
But he not. I don't think he's coming back though. I
don't either.
Oh, watch this. We've seen coaches come back from worse allegations. We've seen coaches get jobs who had worse allegations in the NBA
in the same year.
No, yeah, bro. We've seen coaches get jobs after that, bro.
No, after, but in the same year.
No, I'm saying, bro. I mean,
With the same team.
We never saw it happen like that. We never saw it happen like that in the same year. But it's been a lot of stuff, bro. Listen, let me tell y'all something. All the NBA knows what's going on, man. This is normal business.
Okay, Ticket. We already know that this isn't news. The question that I want to know from you, Ticket,
or lost business.
Right, I understand that part.
When the Celtics getting a mud hole stumped on they, you know what, early in the season.
You really think they're gonna be calling Udoka back?
I promise you're gonna hit a crowd.
Wow.
I guarantee
the crowd is gonna be yelling out Udoka.
They care about winning. They care about one thing, winning, bro. They care about winning, bro. That's a fact. Them fans that come in, the most Celtics fans, if you win, bro, they'll overlook a whole lot of stuff.
Let me make sure I understand.
They overlook everything with Draymond.
That's a nasty rant.
Ticket, let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. So when the check signer, right? The check signer for the Boston Celtics, the dude who signs the checks, when he's in the meetings with the vice president of basketball operations, and the vice president of finance is also sitting in the meeting with him. That's the dude who's sitting in the meeting with him. Right. We're gonna tell him that we aren't very good, so we got to figure out some money so we could bring this dude who's sleeping with your wife back on the crew.
Yeah, because listen, sometimes you got to get over stuff like that. Because
they just fire the VP and bring him back.
Hold on, here's the thing: you didn't fire him, so you're paying him. So if the team ain't good enough, and watch this, here's the key.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Do we know that he's suspended with or without pay?
Yeah, with pay.
It's with pay.
It's with pay. Okay.
Yes. So and they have to pay him. Remember, he's got more years on his deal. So see, that's the thing. He ain't stupid.
Last year was the first year of the deal.
So they got to pay him all them years if they fire him. Plus, he's gonna get another job. He ain't stupid. He stay there. They're not gonna keep paying you to do nothing. Especially the fans start calling. And then watch this. You know he's on it. You know Tatum gonna get on the phone midway through the season. They out there getting the hell beat out of him like we saying. They gonna say, hey man, look, coach, man, what's up, man? Hey bro, look, tell them people I'm ready to come back. Okay, look, Tatum and them running by the front office and say, look, man, we need coach back.
If they do that,
if Tatum comes to your front office, if him and Jaylen Brown come up there and say, look, man, coach, we need coach back. Because remember, Tatum's contract coming up, and he says that, and you say, nah, we good, nah, we ain't going, no. We riding for coach. Because if coach,
Ticket. If they do that, all that shit better be anonymous.
Because it better be.
All that shit better be anonymous.
You know how the game goes.
I know, but my name don't need to be nowhere near that shit.
They talking to Ime every day behind the scenes.
Also, if the crowd starts saying Ime, that's a crazy rant. No, that's a nasty rant.
They
might lost their mind. Oh my God, that would be the craziest run I've ever heard.
Bro, everybody know this, man. This ain't normal.
I'm not as high as on.
This ain't different. This is normal. Bro. Read the reports.
No. I'm just saying that's a crazy chant, though.
No. I'm saying in the office they knew what he was doing. They said, "Yo, Ema, you gotta chill," but they overlooked it. You know why? Because he was winning. Did you see the video online when he went back and stuck out his tongue at the girl walking through the tunnel? Go look on YouTube. The video's on YouTube.
We already know how we already know how wild the dude was. It's not news about how wild he was. We knew how wild he was. But when I think about this Boston Celtic lineup, man, I'm thinking to myself, them losing Robert Williams is a bigger deal than losing Coach Udoka. Because I don't think that they could just, you can't just plug guys in and replace that right there.
Special about coaches like that, man. When you get a coach like that, let me tell you something, Chill, because you play ball too. You know, when you get a coach like that in a huddle, and when you got a coach in your team that you believe in, it's different when you got a coach. For example, that's why I'm so big on the Lakers this year. They believe in Darvin Ham. Like when he say something, they believe it. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, when you got a coach like Ime, who's come from a good crop of coaching like Popovich and all that stuff like that, and he's done his rounds in the league, all the big players respect him. Bro, listen, when Ime's on the sideline, bro, he looks the part. Not only is he coaching the part, he looks like the authoritative over there that's running the show. The other coach they got right now, man, dude, like a clown, man. Come on, bro.
With that being said, though, I understand the logic that this is going on in the NBA. But can we really have this guy manning our sideline after all of this that happened? After all of that happened, and you honestly think that the Boston fan base is going to welcome this dude back after this?
Yes, the fans don't care who you doing it with. As long as you winning, that's the only thing they care about, bro.
I don't think that's Boston. I don't think Boston's going to sacrifice that.
Okay,
no.
Okay. You'll see.
Yeah.
Let the new coach have a losing record the next month or 2 months. Watch what's going to happen. That email Udoka talk going to come up again. I guarantee you. We're going to be right here on the show. Just like I told you when I said them dudes get knocked out and punched out behind the scenes. We'll be right back on here again. And I'm going to say Fluent. Right, baby. And Fluent's going to be looking just like he's looking right now in the background. Like, dog, man, I got to come on here and admit tickets right again.
Oh, my God.
Hashtag ticket told you. All right, y'all, we're going to get into a few of these super chats. Once again, I said it last week. I'm going to say it again this week. I'll probably say it next week. If I don't get around to your super chats, I apologize. It's an influx of super chats. On top of that, we got some good content that we talking about up here. So, you know, they might get read, they might not.
I'm sick of Low with the Lakers, though. I've had it with you, Low. Get on board or get out. I'm sick of you, Low.
Hey, but
I'll get out.
Hey, Low.
I'm sick of you. I've had it with you, Low.
I got a question for you, Fluent. I got a question for you. You Low and Fluent and chill, all y'all. Y'all don't think, let's be honest, Tatum's up for a contract in what, after next year, right?
No, he got 4 more years left on his deal. His deal just kicked in.
My bad. Jaylen Brown, my bad.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, you don't think if Tatum and Brown was to go up to the front office, if they're struggling, I'm talking about they getting beat and they're struggling, they say, hey, look, man, we got to come back to coach, man. I don't care what y'all do, but we need coach back. Or we think about making some moves, man. We were just in the finals.
No, they'll say it. I'm not saying we're not denying that they'll say it.
I'm asking you, do you think that the front office would listen to Smart, Tatum, and Brown?
No, they can listen to them, but are they going to do it though? Because the imagery of like bringing him back would be so wild. That's a wild like.
Well, bro, you had coaches that done worse. You had coaches out here.
They're not brought back.
Not the same.
Never been brought back to the same team.
Not the same.
They just can't. The optics. They're scared of the optics.
Not only are they scared of the optics, a guy like Jaylen Brown, who I can't even believe that they would entertain in this. I mean, he was on the trading.
He was on the trading block.
He was on the trading block. So this dude is on the trading block, and he's going to go up to the front office and go, the coach that we got, this ain't really working. No.
I see what you're saying, no Ticket. I just think that
I don't even. You know what, Ticket? Actually, on second thought, maybe they will, because the coach that replaced Ime Udoka is a wife beater too. And
got allegations on it.
So okay.
And they still hired him.
Not even allegations. No, he was charged back in college. Then again,
come on, bro. Listen, man.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Listen,
college? Is that what we're talking about?
College, and then again, it started the first time in college, and then again later on.
Yeah, man.
Multiple.
Bro, we live in a different era, man.
No, we do. That part I'm not gonna fight. There are things that we look past, but I just think when I think about the Boston Celtic brass, I think about a team that, I mean, they seem different, especially with guys like
they doing it. Like Stephen A. said on national TV, don't make me expose all y'all. Y'all don't put this man. They doing it. So what they gonna point their finger at him for? They knew he was doing it the whole time, man. All the players, the whole team knew it. Look at the video, man.
Can't put our business in the street,
Look at the videos on
YouTube. You know this. It's one thing everybody know you do it. It's another thing when the public knows.
Right. It's completely different.
Everybody knew Jay Gruden was doing what he was doing, but once it became public, everybody forgot about it.
Well, hold on. But what I'm saying is, when you win, he went to the finals his first year. See, and remember, watch this. If they was losing, now this is why I say I think it's a chance. If they were losing or a bad team, he'd have been fired. They'd already fired. They wouldn't even kept him on. He'd have been fired already.
That part I can get with. That part I could get with.
Went to the finals?
Yeah.
Bro, man, that's big, man.
That's the only reason why we having this conversation, Ticket. That's the only reason why we having this conversation, because if they had gotten bounced in round one, or if they had been in the play-in tournament, we ain't having this conversation. We're not having this conversation.
Here's my question to you guys, because everybody came up here and said they have the Sixers smoking the Celtics, and we've all talked about the Celtics like they wasn't in the championship last year. So with losing Udoka and not having Robert Williams, we just played the what's your ceiling game.
Yeah.
Let's play the what's your floor game for the Celtics. How bad can they really be? Keep in mind they got a couple good offseason additions too. Malcolm Brogdon, and they got one more player too, right?
Yeah,
they got Gallinari, but then
and then they ended up signing Blake Griffin too. So I don't know how much. I don't know how good Blake Griffin's going to be.
Second round, man.
Their floor.
They get mowed down.
No. He said floor though. Floor. Like, what's the worst they can be?
The worst?
The worst they can be to me is a playing team.
Seven.
I still think they make the playoffs. Yeah, I still think they make the playoffs.
This team's too talented not to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I still think they make the playoffs. I don't think they're a lottery team. No, I don't think they're that bad. No.
But that's the low, and the high is the second round. Team ain't gonna be the same no more, man. I promise y'all that. Them fans gonna start talking. When the fans talk, that money talk, man. When that money talk, it move things. Y'all gonna see what I say. Man.
I'm gonna go to a Boston game just to start that chant.
That's a crazy chant.
All right, so I got a super chat from Loaded. He said, "Lo, what do you think about Dub having CP3 top 10? And do you agree?"
Top 10
now,
what?
Wait.
Get rid of it, because Dub already backpedaled and said I made a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have him top 10. He for sure has him top 15.
Yeah, he does have him top 15.
He's a top
10 all time. Chill.
Oh,
he had CP3 top 10 and then backed off and said top 15 all time.
All time, not top 15 in the league today.
All time.
There's no way you can sell me that. No way that you can sell me that. Chris Paul is a top 15 player all time.
Better than Magic.
You know why? I'm gonna say, you know why he did that? Because Marz put a battery in his back. He was like, "Yeah, man, let's really get into this Magic."
That's it. And Marz, don't think we don't know who you are, Marz. We do.
I don't have Chris Paul above Magic Johnson. I don't have Chris Paul.
Do not look away, Marz, because we know you. Okay.
I never knew Dub was gonna go off of that cliff.
Yes, you did. That's my going. Yes, you did.
I knew he liked Chris Paul. I didn't know he was gonna go with Chris Paul top 15. I didn't know
Marz,
that was gonna
is it fair to say that you're the fire starter? Is that fair?
He fucked up.
Yeah.
Is that fair, Marz? Is that fair that you're the fire starter?
Wait, remember before we came on this show?
Maybe inadvertently.
He said, "I'm an instigator."
He did say I'm an instigator.
Is that fair to say, Marz?
Maybe inadvertently, I might be the reason why.
See what I'm talking about?
Chill. Check this out. When Dub was going down that road, Mark went quiet real quick. He's just like,
I wasn't gonna defend it
inadvertently. So indirectly, I might be involved with this crime unknowingly. Marz, you I
knew he liked Chris Paul. I never knew he was gonna say Chris Paul.
That's a crazy.
You did know that.
Hey, yo, Ron. Hey, block that buffoon in the chat room. They got that picture of Low up there. Block that clown, man.
That's a crazy leak. That's a crazy leak to make.
Where the Marz at?
Yeah, y'all block that dude, man. That dude got that picture of Low up there like that. Block that dude, man.
Yeah,
we got some goofies in the chat. Is that what we got?
With a picture of Low posting the thing 1,000 times. Come on, man.
Yeah. We got goofies in the chat. All right, we got goofies in the chat. All right.
Super chat from Drink More Water. He said, "Marz, did you watch the finals? Coach Bud did put the ball in Holiday and Middleton's hands while Giannis was setting screens and rolling to the rim. Giannis operates in the mid post a lot more now."
He needs to do it more, though.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying it doesn't happen enough. I'm also not saying never give Giannis the ball. I'm saying the balance needs to be different to how it is. That's what I'm saying.
And for Coach Bud to be from the tree that he's from, I expect more from him in terms of adjustments. You know, why are you making that face, Ticket? Because when I'm looking at him, you was reading the chat.
No, I thought you were gonna say something else. Go ahead.
Because I'm thinking about this dude. I mean, he came from the pop tree, so I expect him to be a better coach in terms of adjustments than he is.
But here's where what you say is hypocritical.
Pop a great coach.
We all think, but hey, Fluent, you think Fluent?
Popovich next.
Fluent, guess what? Even with what he just said, Fluent, all of us on the last show said that we thought Milwaukee would have won the chip if Middleton wasn't hurt last year. So we criticizing the dude, and we said we all thought he would have won the chip last year if he had his guys.
But with that being said, though, I think that the fact that as good as they were as a unit, I think that they overcome a lot of Coach Bud's mistakes.
That's why I'm saying I think they're so talented that we look past the fact that if they had a better coach, I think they could at least repeat as champions. Maybe
so if they had they'd be better, huh?
100%. If they had Ty Lue, even without Chris Middleton, I think they would have won the chip last year.
I don't know if that's nuts to say that. I think that that's legit. Because Ty Lue is so good at making adjustments in game, and that's why I have such a difficult time with Coach Bud with his adjustments in game. That's why I don't understand why he isn't better in game. His rotations are spotty. His ability to adjust his defense, like he'll take Portis off the floor in the middle of Brooklyn having three bigs on the floor. And they need rebounding, and he'll take Portis off the floor and put Connaughton on the floor and put Grayson Allen on the floor. And think, what are you doing, Coach?
Yeah, his minutes don't. His minutes don't.
I know you say from his tree, but
to the system.
like he might just be one that doesn't adjust in game. He has a plan and he sticks to what he's going to do. And there's certain coaches, and you know this, at 12 minutes, this person's coming off, and at 9 minutes, they're going back in and they stick to it. They don't make adjustments. It doesn't matter what tree he came from. He's just that guy that's very structured.
And that's fair, Tone. But at some point, when you have a structure, sometimes it doesn't work. And I got to go in a different direction.
I agree. But, I'll relate this to the NFL a little bit. Cliff Kingsbury of the Cardinals does not make adjustments. That's the game plan, and that's it. Win, lose, or draw.
I agree to an extent. I think he could have won that series against the Celtics last year. I think where he lost it was coaching, because I think that the games that Al Horford went off and hit all those threes, he kept big fella in the game. He should have took him out the game because he wasn't getting out to the three-point shooter, Lopez. Lopez was not getting out. If he would have kept Bobby Portis in the game, he'd have been able to keep a track on Horford, and they lose that game. That game Horford had like 36. That was because he had all those threes, and he kept Lopez in the game, and Lopez isn't closing out. He ain't going out on the perimeter. Lopez is like 10 feet back every single time, and you left Bobby Portis on the bench that whole time. To me, if you make that adjustment and cut off Horford's water that game he won, I think they win that series, man.
I don't understand why Serge Ibaka wasn't more in the rotation defensively, neither. I didn't understand that. That also boggled my mind too. So, but anyway, I'm sorry, Ron.
All right, y'all. Next,
I'm busy blocking dummies in the chat. So y'all keep going.
From Cloudy, he said, "What are you guys' favorite playoff series of all time?" Mine is the 76ers versus the Raptors, 2019. That Game 7 was an all-time great game.
Ugh. I've seen some awesome ones, man. The 92 Eastern Conference semifinals with the Knicks and the Bulls. That was awesome. 93 Eastern Conference finals between the Knicks and the Bulls. Probably the Warriors Cavs in 2016.
I hated that series.
Yeah,
of course you hated it, Marz. Of course you did. Absolutely. Of course you did. When I think about that 92 series, I'm talking about a Knicks team that was on there. They were on the rise, and we could possibly see the end of the Bulls, and Jordan was not trying to hear that. Neither was Scottie Pippen. Those guys came out, and they came out super sharp. I mean, they did everything that they could to neutralize Ewing in that Game 7. Jordan went 42-7 in that game. Scottie Pippen had a triple-double in that game. That was an awesome series because they was basically beating up the Bulls, and the Bulls had to get back to who they were because they had just gotten out of a series like that 2 years ago with the Detroit Pistons, and they had to get back to being the Bulls. And then the same thing happened the next year where the Knicks came back better, and then they just basically handled the Knicks.
I thought it was better than all of them. That Lakers and Kings series, that legendary series where Ron hit that three, where they tapped it back to Ori.
2002. 2002, that was an awesome series.
Yeah. That series was crazy.
It was an awesome series, no doubt about that.
I thought you said finals.
They were one of the best teams. They were one of the best teams, in my opinion, that never won a chip. That Sacramento Kings team in NBA history. That team was crazy good, man.
That's fair.
We gonna do
1980 Lakers Celtics, Lakers Sixers, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
was that really that good a series? I mean,
87, 2000, 2001, 2002. There's a lot of good ones.
Well, was that really that good? Tona Laker homer though, so that's completely different.
All right, so I got one more.
Even the bubble that was good too.
That I'm gonna read, and it's actually gonna lead us right into our next topic. Speaking of the Lakers, my man, who is Kim with the super chat? He said, "I remember Ticket saying something about the Lakers preseason." And
they got no basketball, dog. The Lakers,
1-5.
You guys got to watch the games, bro. They played the guys in the first half. In most of the first halves, in 4 out of 5 of those games in the first half, the Lakers beat every team that they was playing when they had the starters out there. When they put the scrubs in the second half, of course the game will get crazy. But if you watch the first half, when the starters were out there, the Lakers manhandled Phoenix without LeBron. They manhandled AD, smoked them dudes. They smoked They was basically beating all those other teams in the first half. The only game they looked bad was in that last one where they got blown out. But the other teams in the first half, when everybody was playing their main guys, the Lakers look serious business. You're going to see tonight, like I said. Holler at me next week when y'all come on here. Or you can pull up on the channel, on my channel, however y'all want it. I'll be there.
What's the channel for those who don't know?
And TicketTV, man, come on, man. Stop playing, man.
Hey, y'all better go subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed to his channel, do that. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, do that. Lo, what's your channel?
I believe it's sports_fluent on TikTok and IG and Twitter is what you're looking for. Yeah, go ahead.
That one as well. Chilltown.
Chilltown Hoops on YouTube. Come see me. I ain't hard to find. Ticket came through a couple times.
Yeah,
I be trying
look,
to.
Y'all gotta check out this show over here. Y'all two got a good show on this channel too. On your channel too, but a good show on this channel. And man, y'all got that Joy Taylor eye candy that on y'all show. See, that's why y'all gotta watch.
Ticket. Hey, relax on who you running up on.
What in the world is going on?
Listen here, I am
What is going on?
Don't make us swing on the Ticket.
I'll be watching y'all whole episode of the show.
All right.
Ticket. Don't make us run up on you now. Put blood in your mouth because we will. Don't make us run up on you, Ticket. Because we will.
All Ticket's doing is asking for an invite on the show.
I'm giving y'all props for having great selection on y'all.
Also, why is Blank Boy saying that Jason Tatum is a top 5 player? Jesus, what?
He the same dude who said that Kawhi Leonard the top 10 player too. Blank Boy. He said that. He said that Kawhi Leonard the top 10 player all time.
All time?
Yes, he said Kawhi Leonard is the top 10 player.
I'm pretty sure he has KD top 5.
Yeah.
As well.
All time?
We've heard that before up here.
Yeah.
It's too many people who be chatting, dog.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, y'all, but let's go ahead and keep it pushing because we have another game tonight that we must talk about. Speaking of Fluent's Lakers, Tickets had a lot to say about them. Lowe's had a lot to say about them as well. And Marz's Warriors are playing the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. It is ring night. What do we think happens tonight?
I think we lose.
Shut up, Marz.
No.
Shut up.
No. I'm being on.
You're not.
Obviously, we're a much better team than the Lakers. We're gonna have a better season than the Lakers. But based on what I saw in preseason and what Coach Kyra said, the team isn't in physical condition to be playing many minutes. He said he's not going to be running the starters much more than 30 minutes for the first few weeks of the season because our conditioning isn't there right now. I think that's going to play a factor. I think with ring night, it can go one of two ways. You're either really excited about the ring and you play better, or you're too busy in the celebration that you don't take the game seriously. It can go one of two ways, and I'm going to go towards the latter and say that we don't play very well. The Lakers win the game, but that doesn't mean anything in the full scope of the season, but I just think we're going to lose.
I agree. I think the Lakers win, and it's because of the stuff going on with Draymond, whatever he's releasing before. They're going to be distracted by the rings. LeBron, AD are trying to make a statement. AD's playing, right? They're trying to make a little bit of a statement. Yeah, it makes sense that the Warriors lose. It doesn't mean anything.
Stop right there. Now, see, look at the comment section. This is how much y'all hate me. When I said the Lakers was going to win, all of y'all said I was crazy. But Marz and Fluent just said the same thing, and ain't nobody say nothing.
I'm being called a fake fan, if that helps.
But Ticket, that's because I'm Fluent.
Yo, I need other predictions on this game.
I think that Anthony Davis comes out like gangbusters. I think he has something to prove this season, and I think it starts tonight. I think he has a big game against the Golden State Warriors. I think they expose them on their interior, and I think that they handle the Golden State Warriors tonight. Hey, Lo, I about had it with you with these Lakers. I'm sick of you. Get on or get out.
What's Lo gonna say?
Low has the Lakers going 0-82.
Yeah, I'm sick of Lo. That's exactly where we at, Marz. I'm sick of Lo with these Lakers.
They're not going to go 0 for 82 because other teams are going to be better at tanking. So no, they can't go 0 for 82. Well, look, man, this team.
Sick of Lo. Sick of him.
This team right here, boy. This team is ridiculous. Look, could they win tonight? I guess if the Warriors forfeit the game, I guess, right? But like, are they actually a good
Stop,
team?
Ticket.
Like,
no.
They're not a good team. It's just not a good team, bro. It's a bunch of banking on LeBron and AD and hoping that Westbrook's negative aspects isn't so bad to overcome.
But this is the type of team LeBron wins with, Lo. He don't win with all of those big time extra pieces on the team with big names and stuff. LeBron win with these type of players, bro.
No, he does not.
There's another star player and a bunch of dudes you ain't heard about. He's been doing that his whole career, bro.
But the playing style of which those other players are very important. So he needs 3-point shooting. He needs you brought up Kendrick Nunn. Oh man.
Yeah, bro. Kendrick Nunn can shoot the 3, bro. Bro, you gotta listen. Y'all gotta understand one thing, bro. Listen, it's easier.
And who else? Wait, who else?
It's easier for guys to shoot threes when you're on teams with great players. Like Kennedy J. Smith once said, if I'm a decent to average 3-point shooter and I'm playing with an all-time great like a LeBron, like a Hakeem, guess what? Now my looks, like he said, my looks get crazy now. Because now all I gotta do is just be ready to knock it down. I'm getting wide open looks. So if I'm not hitting them, it's on me.
Who else?
What do you mean?
Who else?
What are you talking about? Rogers told
He said Kendrick Nunn was a shooter.
He talking about that unit. That's what he's talking about.
What more? Name me. Give me at least Ticket. I'm begging you to give me like 3-4 more names. Shooters.
Right. Cole Swider, he gonna get some time, a few minutes. He can shoot the 3. And also the boy they signed, but I don't think he's gonna play too much tonight. Oh, he might play more tonight because old boy got hurt.
Not talking about in general. Just
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan can shoot the 3 big time. He big time 3-point shooter.
Oh my god.
So I mean, listen, they got guys.
These are the names that you're
bringing.
I
think AD's gonna shoot the 3 better this year. I seen AD shooting the 3 better.
He can't shoot it worse. He can't shoot worse.
Yeah, he can't be worse. But also, even if he is a 3, even if he does get better, I still wouldn't label him a 3-point shooter. If the best shooters on the team are Pat Bev and Kendrick Nunn, 2 players that really are they're not going to be playing that much minutes together. Like it's just not enough, man.
So what is it that makes you think that you can't win without shooting
for his career from the 3?
A bunch of threes?
No, I'm saying what percentage does he shoot for his career?
Who Pat Bev or Nunn?
Yeah.
Bev is a solid 3-point shooter. Last year, he was off. I don't think he was.
Go back and if you go back and look at the history of LeBron James.
But you're naming 2 guards, though.
No, I'm saying you're not hearing what I'm saying to you, though. I'm saying that those guys, when you're playing with guys like LeBron and AD and those guys, your looks are different than whether you're playing with other teams that don't have players that draw as much attention or understand the game like that. For example, bro, if I'm wide open shooting 3s all night, bro, my mindset is different whether or not I got a man that's just covering me because I don't have those other great type of players with me. When you playing with great players, bro, you get much better looks in the game.
I get that. What I'm saying is, like, for example, Schroeder, even when he played with LeBron a few years ago, he didn't shoot that well because he's just not that good of a 3-point shooter. He's only had like 1 quality 3-point shooting.
Yeah, but
season.
They played him wrong. He was a 6 man. They played him as a starter. He'll be off the bench this year too.
And Ticket, you being a ball player, you know this as well as I do. A good coach, because you already made it clear to me about how they believe in Darvin Ham. I think Darvin Ham switches up their style, and I think they become more of a defensive team this year. I'm not looking at them being strictly a long ball team. I think that they're more of a defensive team. As bad as they were defensively last year, I think they're much better this year. And the reason for that,
they don't have the personnel for defense either.
Well, we don't know that.
I know that.
They might not have the individual defensive players that you want. But here's the thing: last year, go back and watch the game. How much effort was given on the defensive
Not
end?
Much.
No, I agree. They'll be better defensively. They'll be better defensively.
Even to your point, even with players who aren't known for their defense, if you put them in the right scheme and they have effort, they're going to be better than last year. And if they're a little bit better than last year, that wins them 10 more games.
I want to be clear. The problem with them really wasn't defense.
Yes, it was, Lo. Stop right there.
Go
ahead, Lo. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The personnel was a much bigger problem. The year before, when AD was in and out of the lineup the entire season, Vogel still coached them to the number 1 ranked defense. So it's like, yes, they can sell into the concept of defense, and I think to some degree they'll definitely be better. I mean, last year they were like a bottom 10 defensive unit, so I hope they're better, right? So yes, will they be a better defensive unit? Sure. Are they going to be good enough to make up for the lack of personnel on that side of the floor and also offensively? Because as much effort that they can give, they're still small on the perimeter and small inside. Those are like undeniable problems that they have.
But how many teams are big inside? How many teams are big right now? There isn't a lot of big.
Most teams play small.
They're going to play Anthony Davis, who's openly said it plenty of times. He doesn't want to play the 5.
What do you say this year? Though?
Yeah, I know. He doesn't want to play the 5, but he needs to play the 5.
Y'all ask me how many bigs. Okay. Memphis Grizzlies has Steven Adams. Denver has Jokic. Minnesota has 2 bigs now.
Right.
Pelicans not only has Zion, but they have Valanciunas, a 7-footer.
Right.
So, like, We're
now with that being said,
Phoenix has
right?
Aiden. Like there's
and you're out, and
I'm
glad you mentioned that, Lo, because number one, you're out on Phoenix. Number two, Zion is not
they
as
have
good.
Bigs, though.
But if they're not effective, that doesn't make a difference. That's number one. Number two, I think about Zion. He could definitely be a better rebounder. He's not as nearly a good rebounder as he could be, and I think that's going to come with time. Number two, when I think about this Laker team and I think about the Golden State Warriors, Lo, can you tell everybody in the chat, not just in the chat, but can you tell America who's watching this, who won the NBA championship last year?
The Warriors.
How big were they?
Oh, they were fairly small.
Absolutely. So I don't understand how we could possibly say because the Lakers are small that's going to be a problem.
Because they offset that with not only their defensive versatility with Draymond, with Looney, with Klay Thompson, and more importantly with Wiggins.
Correct.
So they had plenty of wing players that could switch and play passing lanes.
Right.
Things that the Lakers don't have. So
which we don't know yet.
Right.
We don't know that they don't have that yet.
Bro,
Draymond's going early tonight, bro. Draymond Green got out of there early tonight.
We've done this. So we played this exercise already. Who? How many wings do they have? So you're right. They don't have to be big inside, but they have to be big on the perimeter.
No, you don't need all those wings.
Listen.
First of all, hold on. This is what you underestimate. Kendrick Nunn averaged 15 per game for his career. Plus, he got NBA Finals experience. So he's been to the finals, and he played well in the finals. The couple of games he really got minutes in the finals. So he's had NBA Finals experience.
He played well in the finals? I don't remember that.
Yes, he played in the NBA Finals with the Miami Heat. Yes.
No, he played well in the finals?
Against the Lakers. He had a couple great games when he came back off the injury. Look it up. I thought you was a legend of winning.
in the finals, okay.
He had an 18-point game. He had a point game.
And after that 18-point game, and after that 18-point game, he averaged 9 points on 40% shooting. 23. He played as much minutes as he normally played.
He was hurt. Hold on. He was hurt. That's why he didn't get the full. Because remember, up before that, he was up for Rookie of the Year. He was talking about he should be the Rookie of the Year.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I'm not saying. Okay, all right. Kendrick Nunn, fine. Kendrick Nunn, 6'2", Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah, Kendrick Nunn's a good player, but he was.
Who is the
here's the thing that I think this is going to be definitely more of a committee thing this season. I don't think that you have a breakout defender on the Lakers team. I think that they're going to be a really good team, a defensive team.
That was my point. Is you're trying to look for one player.
But I'm asking why.
It be a team scheme because team defense. When you look at the 07 Cavs that LeBron carried to the finals, they were the 5th best defense in the league. Who was their great defender?
It wasn't Larry Hughes.
I think LeBron took a massive step around that time defensively.
Okay, so one guy. What was the key to their success?
It wasn't Larry Hughes.
But they had size inside with Ilgauskas.
It wasn't Varejao.
Yeah, but the game was more funneled inside. And if you
I understand. My point was, I knew that was one that everyone would know. That's why I used that one as an example. There's ways to play defense, even if you're undersized, even if you don't have quality individual defenders. You can scheme better defense. And again, they don't have to play great defense, which we've already established. So they're going to play better defense than last year. They're not going to have a lot of long ball shooters, but they're going to have some three-point shooting, hopefully timely three-point shooting. They're going to be better, I think, inside than people expect with AD. And LeBron, listen, LeBron's going to be the catalyst, and all that offense is going to run through Anthony Davis. And we know when they do that, we know when they run the offense through Anthony Davis, they have success.
I forgot about Lonnie Walker too. Let me add that in. He was well coached by Greg Popovich, championship coach.
6'4".
And hold on, he started. Hold on.
You're stuck on the height of these guys.
Because it matters. Because that matters. That matters.
Can Pat Beverly go?
Barkley was a 6'4" power forward.
Yes, but I'm saying
height doesn't always matter.
Yeah, it does. Size does matter. It's at some point you have to have size inside or on the wing.
Saying
something.
6'4" power forward.
Who?
Charles Barkley.
We're talking about defense. You brought up
he wasn't playing defense, so that doesn't really help.
But my point is that your height doesn't necessarily equate to your ability to play defense. You can guard people taller than you.
I get that.
With good hands. There's so many other things that go into it.
At some point in a wings league, you need to have size to compete with the wings.
So who's the wings they supposed to be scared of in the West?
Oh my God! So I didn't name. Okay, so I named the bigs. Now you want me to name the wings?
No. Name me the wing tonight. They supposed to be scared of. Who's a wing?
Oh, tonight. Well, tonight. Let me go back to answer the question. Yes, tonight. Could the Lakers win tonight? Sure. I don't know what that means for the rest of the season, but sure, they could win tonight. The Warriors are getting in the ring. They could come out, especially if Curry is slow. Yes, they could win tonight. that still doesn't change anything in my mind. That the Warriors are still just a far better unit. Now, moving forward, what does it mean? Yes, they're gonna have problems defending wings unless LeBron just looks noticeably better than what he wants.
I'm asking you that because I can't think of only wings I can think of that's big like that is with the Nuggets. I don't with Michael Porter Jr. because if you look at all the other teams except for the Clippers who got
PG and Kawhi. Yeah,
I'm saying if you look at all the other teams,
can I get a tight zoom?
Huh?
Can I get a tight zoom?
Oh yeah, he got the 2-3.
Oh damn.
He got the Draymond Green on.
Jordan, baby.
Oh my God. Draymond Green is nuts. No, like Marz said, you got the Clippers, you got BI, you got Anthony Edwards, you got Luka as well.
But that's not something impossible. That's not something impossible for the Lakers to deal with. That's not you acting like they got something that's impossible for them to deal with, bro.
I love it. I love it the way y'all speak about him, bro. I love it. We'll go through it again. We'll go through another season of people just lying to themselves about who the Lakers are.
Are you just setting your expectations low so that when you make the playoffs?
That's really what it is right there, Marz. You know who he is? That's exactly who he is, Marz, what you just said. He's the dude that's not really, he's the dude that's really on board, but he's trying to sell us that I'm out. But when the Lakers end up in the West Finals, he's gonna be like, I told y'all. I don't think they're gonna be in the West Finals. But if they end up in the West Finals, I tell you 100%, you're not gonna hear a logo. Yo, I'm so surprised that these dudes are doing that. No, you're not gonna hear him say that. No, you're not. You're not gonna hear him say that. He's gonna be like, Lowe's gonna tell us, did you see how we rebounded? Did you see how we came together as a unit? You're not gonna listen to a word from Lowe telling us that. No,
I'll donate my.
I believe it, man. I believe the Lakers on a situation like the Celtics was last year with the coaching. I believe that whole organization get changed starting tonight.
They had a defensive oriented coach that coached them to the #1 ranked defense when Anthony Davis was in and out of the lineup the entire season, and they still were a mediocre offensive unit.
Different. Hold on, it's different.
Low, see, Low, that's unfair, man. Because James missed 2 months. That's unfair to say that. James missed 2 months. He's their primary ball handler. He's their best offensive player.
No, I know why. No.
2 months. There's a reason why they were inefficient offensively because our best ball handler, our best offensive player, is out of the lineup.
And what I'm saying is that the point I'm making is defensively.
Right.
Even in 2021, LeBron was missing games. They still had a coach that was good enough to coach them to that status.
Correct.
When you don't have the pieces though, when you lost a lot of your wing depth defensively, and when you also lost 3-point shooting, you're right. It's going to be a lot on LeBron and AD to carry this unit night in and night out. And I am not of the belief that not only could they stay healthy enough to do that, but I'm not of the belief that they can do that in a Western Conference that is so top heavy that I genuinely believe there's going to be 8 teams in the West that can win 50 games. I don't believe that to be the case. I just don't. There'll be 8. There could probably be 8 to 9 50-win teams in the West.
I totally disagree with that because it's too many.
8 or 9 50-win teams. Yikes, Marz.
It's happened before. It's not like it has never happened. It's happened before.
It's too many good teams in the East, bro. Too many good teams in the East.
It's too many teams tanking though as well. There's teams that are trying to go 0 for 82. They trying it.
I mean, I feel you on that, dog. But
they trying it.
I think you disrespecting the Lakers up and down as far as the coaching and then the rest of it. Because Darvin Ham do got championship pedigree. He's been an assistant coach on a championship team. He had
Vogel had it too. Vogel had championship pedigree.
And they won the NBA championship.
No, what I'm saying is last year he had a championship.
You legit think twice as many teams as last year are going to win 50 games.
That's what he's telling us.
I think 12 teams can win 50 games this year.
No dice.
That's crazy.
No dice.
Y'all act like it has never happened before. It's been like we've had it. Like
all right, y'all. We got to keep it pushing.
No, it happened when the West was strong and the East was shit. That's when it happened. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it was 8. Wasn't it 7? Was it 8 or 7?
It happened in 2008 when there's 8 50-win teams in the West. And it happened in 2010 as well. No, that's just the West. That was just the West.
Yeah. But how many in the whole league? You said 12.
I'll double.
You said 12 to 15 if we really want to rewind the tape.
Let me double check how many, because it didn't happen in 2010 as well when there was 8 teams alone in the West. And in the West in 2008, it was 1, 2, 3. It was 3 teams that won 50 games or more in the East, and 8 teams in the West. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 right there. That's 11 in 2008. And the Golden State Warriors missed the playoffs.
The landscape of the NBA is a lot different than it was back in 2008.
It ain't too far because team trying to lose. Ain't that far.
You discounting the player coaches, man. A lot of these guys that have played like that have credibility with the guys, they respect and they'll go out further for those type of guys than a Frank Vogel. Even though Frank Vogel has been a good coach, he's been solid, he's done good. Bro, this coach they got now, he gonna get different results. The same way you see around the league with a lot of coaches who were ex-players. The players tend to respect them more and tend to put out for them more. Like, I never seen LeBron James in a preseason game play the defense he played the second preseason game. I hadn't seen him play like that in 5 years. He was out here blocking shots out the arena, bro, playing defense. You'll see that tonight. Watch.
In 2010, there were 12 teams that won 50 games. 12. It's not, I mean, we've seen it before. It's not like it's that far-fetched, I believe.
I mean, if it's once every 12, 13 years, I mean, how that...
Yeah, and how many Victor Wembanyama's are there? Once every 12 to 13 years. So that's why it's going to happen.
I think it's a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, it might. You might be right.
Yeah, I think a little bit longer than that. So.
All right, y'all. I'm going to dive into these last few super chats. I got to start with the cut I would love to get to, but we're probably going to go ahead and save that for next week.
Yeah.
All right. First super chat from the BMG show. He said, I like Bron, but the curse and the blessing of playing with him is very real. And Russ is suffering the bud of it, though he did play bad with LA.
He did play bad. Let's be honest. He was a part of the problem. He was shooting bricks, shooting on the side of the backboard, missing layups. He was a part of the problem the same way as LeBron, the same way as AD. They were all a part of the problem, and that's the reason why they got smoked.
With that all being said, Lo, can you name me 5 guards that went 19-8?
Last year? 8 assists, 8 rebounds.
Can you name me 5 guards that were 19-8?
8 what?
As bad as Russ was, can you name me 5 guards that were 19-8?
Well, I'm saying 8 rebounds.
And then if you throw both of them in there, I don't know how many people you could find.
He went 19-8-7. Can you name me 5 guards that did that?
He went 8. He went 18.5, 7 and 7.
So 19-8-7.
7. Okay, but
I'm nothing, Lo. Give me 5 guards.
Luka. Westbrook. There go 2.
And by the way, this is a down year that we're talking about. This is a terrible.
Also, I'm not. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm not really concerned about him grabbing rebounds. I'm concerned about him.
Why?
In his defense, because you're on a team with LeBron and AD. I'm not that concerned with that. I'm more so
which was small, by the way, because you said they were small, which means that we're going to need everybody to rebound.
But last year they had what's his name on the roster too. It's not like they didn't have a rebound on the team last year.
Who did they have on the roster last year as a rebound?
Did I have Dwight on the team?
Dwight, 37-year-old Dwight Howard. That's who you're talking about?
Yeah, Dwight.
How'd that go?
The Dwight Howard that they had to like give consistent minutes to. That Dwight.
Just so you know, Russ led the team in rebounds last year. I just want to put that on your mind.
AD.
No.
AD and LeBron got
rebounds. Russ had more rebounds.
I think LeBron might have averaged more.
He had
Russ played more games.
Yes, Russ had more rebounds than both AD and James and Dwight Howard.
All right, y'all. I got to get through these.
Keep going. Keep going.
Drink more water with the super chat. He said, swap Drew and Kyrie with everything still the same. So do the Nets still get swept? Question. And if not, how many wins do they get? And do the Bucks beat Boston?
The Bucks still don't beat Boston. They still get swept. Nothing changes.
Yes, I agree.
I think you get a better effort defensively, but I don't know if it changes much. You definitely get a better effort defensively.
You get a worse offensive production, though.
Yes,
which should be fair.
Steve Nash coaching, so
yeah, that too. Swept. And what should be fair, though, Kyrie was horrible offensively, so who knows? Who knows, actually.
Crooktown P with the super chat. He said, put some respect on my Clippers.
Why? Why we need to put some respect on your Clippers? What have the Clippers done for us to put respect on y'all? They have done nothing for us to put respect on y'all. You choked like an amateur porn star in the bubble. That's what you did. I said it, and I'll put it out there. I'll say it again. You choked on it like an amateur porn star in the bubble, right? You broke down like a 25-year-old car on the freeway, the year before that in the playoffs. Why should we need to put some respect on you dudes? I'll tell you what. How about you come to work first of all? Then we'll put some respect on your boys. How about that?
That was crazy.
Give me a break.
Hey, I bet y'all won't be sending no more super chats about the Clippers.
Yeah, facts.
Paper clips.
Jimmy Two Shoes with the super chat. He said Draymond Green is the second most impactful player behind Steph Curry. They don't
on the Warriors.
Yeah. Warriors. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. This is trolling at its finest, bro.
On the Warriors, yeah.
On the Warriors is factually correct.
On the
Warriors,
Warriors.
no, it's not factually correct. There's a man by the name of Klay Thomas, the immortal Klay Thomas, has bailed that team out of so many situations. If it was just Draymond and stuff, why didn't they make the playoffs without Klay? Cut it out.
He barely played this year, and they still was good.
No, I asked you a question.
Because Marz got something on his mind. I can see Marz got something on his mind.
Yeah, I know Marz.
They had all the other guys. Hold on. Because they had Poole averaging 17. All them other dudes stepping up, playing big.
The year before they were basically a playoff
if
team.
There's no Klay Thompson, there's no championships. I don't want to hear about Draymond and Steph.
Take the buckets off the table for a second and discuss just Draymond's impact overall. Take the buckets off the table for a second.
It's not like that.
It is.
Yes, he has a good impact, but it's not like that dude just said. He said he's the second most impactful doing a team behind Steph.
He is.
Are y'all talking about? Hold on.
Yeah. You know he wasn't talking. You know he wasn't talking about the team, right?
Klay doing what he does gives the most.
Well, he wasn't talking about the team. Well,
no,
what?
I just made it about the team because what he meant was
He
ridiculous.
was talking about the whole league.
He was talking about ever.
Oh no, that's crazy.
No, there's no way he believed that. I'm just gonna assume he didn't pay.
I'm assuming
allowed Steph to be Steph, bro. Klay Thompson being a splash brother allows
not
Steph
ever. No, we're not going that far.
Draymond is without the second. The second.
I don't know how Klay Thompson.
What you mean? Hold on. What you mean not going that far? But before Klay came back, Steph was having his.
No, Ticket. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about ever. No, I'm not talking about that. Like he's not the most impactful player.
But Draymond is undeniably the second most impactful player on that team.
Man,
I don't know why that's still a topic to be.
See how impactful he is tonight when that scrub is sitting on the side of the bench.
Draymond was impactful enough to lead that team last year to the number 1 ranked defense, and they were.
Okay, so why they got better in the finals without him? When he went to the bench, they smoked him. They smoked
offensively, but defensively they got worse.
Which is expected because he's their best defensive player.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
All right, so I got 3 more super chats
tonight. Keep that same energy, brother.
It's game 1 of the regular season.
Game 1.
Yeah,
but you got balloons, so it's something.
I start off early, baby.
Hey, for me, it is.
Early bird is
yeah, there you go. It means something.
Who is King with the super chat?
Did you just see the Celtics do this beautiful thing for Bill Russell?
Hey,
I'm trying to get me a Bill Russell jersey. I gotta find one.
All right, y'all. Who is Kim with the super chat? He said a little misleading. I'm almost positive the special is about the preseason as a collective. The incident just so happens to happen and be a part of it.
That's what he said, though.
Yeah,
that's what's it.
Yeah, that's
and on top of that, it's not misleading. Just take it out. That's a very sensitive topic about a player. Why would you put it in?
No reason to have that.
That's
why you kept it in. Yeah,
no reason to have that.
Why are you guys talking about it? Because it's public, clown.
Yeah, no reason to have that in there. None.
Yeah, come on.
Mr. Rudy Pooh dropped the super chat. He said, "Bold take. Nets will be a complete disaster. Can't rescind your trade request."
That's not bold.
That's not bold. That's a regular take. That's the most regular take I've ever seen in my life.
Can't rescind your trade request and act like everything is sunshine and rainbows. Fake smiles every day.
Get the trade request. You can't tell your coach that he needs to give Kobe his MVP back. Like there's more than just a trade request.
We already know. Y'all already know how I feel about Brooklyn. I'm out. So
basically, what you just said is what you just said is San Antonio was tanking this year. Like it's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Last super chat of the night. Get your bars up, media. Who has had a better career up to this point, Luka or Trey?
It's Luka.
Salute the panel.
Yeah.
Luka. It's not even close, actually.
How?
Are you trolling wrong? Or are you just talking?
I hate when I have to take this goddamn host hat off. I don't do this quite too often. But Trey done things that Luka ain't done. Everything Luka done.
It's without a doubt done.
What has Trey done
that Luka hasn't?
29 and
To lose
9.
his hair at 20 years old.
29 and 9 multiple seasons.
That's
Luka hasn't done that. And he went to the Eastern Conference Finals before him.
It's the East.
In a weaker conference. Luka was back. Luka was playing teams that was picked to win the chip in the first round, bro.
Bro, the panel can go to the East Final.
What are we talking
I
about?
cannot go to the East Final.
He beat. No, I ain't gonna lie.
Knicks that year. They beat the Knicks that year.
Yes.
They beat, what you call it? Then
The
they beat
Sixers. Come on.
Philly. By the way, Ticket. They ain't had no business beating Philly. But let's make sure we clear. They ain't had no business beating Philly. None.
Hey, chill.
But they did right now. And Trey was getting busy.
Hey, chill.
Yes, he was.
Hey, chill. You can. I don't know. He's getting busy, but chill. You can defend Ben Simmons. Come on. Let's be honest.
I can't defend, but this is why I'm talking. This is why I'm saying there was no way that the Atlanta Hawks should have beat the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, and that's what we saying. So the expectation of Luka is to beat the Clippers, and he gets to beat the Sixers and Knicks. Come on, that's what we're saying.
Hey, Ron, what we talking about here, man? Luka been in the league 4 years. He's been first team All NBA 3 of those 4 years. What we talking about here, Luka?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Definitely Luka, bad boy. But I'm saying
no, 29 and 9 when
he's not. No, Ron.
I'm about to say,
Luka is not a bad boy. Luka is not a bad boy. We talking about a dude who's first team All NBA 75% of the time that he's been in the league. Come on, Luke. Come on, Ron.
Man, do y'all understand what he's arguing right now? He's arguing 29 and 9.
That's nuts. That don't even sound correct.
But Luka,
29 and 9, it's only been done, and I'm gonna give you, and he did it twice.
Luka was 28.8 and 8.8.
It wasn't 29.
You're giving ESPN.
So there's no way you're arguing it's 0.6 points.
You're giving ESPN stats, man. You're giving ESPN stats.
It's only been done.
This is like that fat young stat. That's what this
both
is.
Jameses, LeBron James and James Harden.
Correct.
And Russell Westbrook.
You're
dating
giving
back
ESPN.
Don't die on that hill, Ron.
I'm not
don't die on that hill, Ron.
Ron, when I think about Luka,
easy to do, everybody would do it.
Right. When I think about Luka is a better finisher. Luka got more offense to his game. Luka better on the box, right? Luka is a better playmaker. Luka is just as good, if not a better distributor. Luka is just as good, if not a better long ball shooter. So
that's why I think Trey got him. Is when it comes to playmaking and running the offense, I think Trey got Luka.
No,
I think
you are absurd. You're absurd.
Well, the reason I'm listening.
Here's why you guys are saying this about Luka, because he's a big ball handler and he's able to have the ball in his hands.
That's what Trey is. That's what Trey is. Trey is also. Trey is the primary ball handler in Atlanta. Yes,
he is the primary.
He's the primary ball handler in Atlanta.
A big ball handler.
Ron, let me ask you a question, Ron.
No way you serious.
Ron, you got the first pick in the draft.
You guys sleep on
Ron, you got the first pick in the draft. Trey or Luka?
No one's sleeping on Trey, just not Luka Doncic.
Who you taking, Ron? First pick in the draft, Luka or Trey?
I'm taking Trey over Luka.
No, you're not, bro. That is crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is the craziest thing anybody has said on the panel.
See, and the thing is, I said Trey Young was underrated a couple episodes ago. Now I look dumb for saying that.
No, you don't, Marz. No, you don't. Because the reason why you don't look dumb, Marz, is because we're talking about Luka. We're not talking about somebody else. We're talking about Luka. So relax. It's not the same thing.
That is, Ron. That is one of the worst takes I've ever heard.
The dude averages 29 and 9 and be killing all your favorite teams.
No, he does not. No, he does not kill Miami. No,
yeah, if someone's favorite team is Miami,
he's not killing Miami. No, he's not.
They're living quite peacefully.
Also, let me again be clear. He averaged 29 points and 9 assists for one season. Not only that, you're arguing the difference in 0.2. Luka in that same year averaged 28.8 points and 8.8 assists. We're talking about the difference.
Which is 29 and 9.
If that's basically 29 and 9.
That's 29 and 9.
In any other argument, we're rounding it up to 29 and 9.
It's 29 and 9.
I was giving Luka that last year. Trey did it twice though.
When?
No, Trey Young was 28.4. Trey Young was 28.4.
He did not average 29.
That's rounded down to 28.
28.9 then. It don't gotta be 29.
No, because you're
arguing 29. Because when I said Luke was averaging 28, he said it's not 29.
It could be 28.
You literally just said
then Luka's done it 3 years in a row. Luka's done it 3 years in a row.
So Luka averaged 28.9 the last 3 years?
Yes.
That's me.
27.7 is 28.
That's me throwing that lifeline to you, Ron. Ron, that's me throwing that lifeline to you. Grab it and get out the water.
Ron, if you
drowning. Grab it and get out the water.
Since they got in the NBA, Trey's averaged more points.
No.
No, he has not.
Grab the lifeline. I'm throwing to you, Ron. You're drowning. Come on, brother.
He averages more assists, but he averages less points, and he averages obviously less.
Ron, grab the lifeline. I'm throwing you. You're drowning. I'm trying to pull you out the water. Come on, man.
5 more rebounds and 3 first-team All-NBA to 0.
Watch this, because I'm gonna give y'all a ticket one. I'm gonna give y'all this. I'm gonna give y'all something right along ticket. Right before we wrap this up. When Trey comes out and has a better season this year than Luka, I don't want to hear nothing.
Oh my God! Stop! Please stop!
Y'all see what he did in the preseason? All I want to hear is just.
You see what he did in the playoffs, Ron? Did you see what he did in the playoffs?
Hey, Ron, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Who got better? Who got better in the playoffs and who got worse?
All I know is Trey went to the
Eastern points per game and everything. No.
He went to the Western Conference
Finals. Luka gets better, Trey gets worse. Thank you.
Trey had literally one of the
when
worst
it matters the most.
All right, we got the tip.
When Trey comes out going crazy, I don't want to hear nothing. But y'all, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. The season just started. We'll tap in with y'all at the same time next week. Fellas, what y'all got to say on the way out?
Woo! Take it light, but take it.
That was.
I wanted to ask